So, when did we actually had a whole slew of things happen last time? Shit. Sure.
Well, no, Reach is dead.
Yes, Reese is definitely dead. He's just the most dead. But we picked up with you guys making your way back to the town of Carleon. Traveling your way back through the swamp. As you made your way back, everything in the town seemed pretty much as it was previously. Few inhabitants, no one having really come back yet. Decision was made to stay there for a few days to recuperate, hopefully gather some crew to make up for those lost. And during that time, you guys kind of went about your own activities. Asher went into the forest. Emin built on his sling. Also got totally wrecked by Brody in Dragon Chess.
I lost like 5 silver on that.
I mean, a courtesy on his part. That's all he took from you.
Hey, I wanted bigger stakes. He was like, "Oh no, don't want to bet too much."
That's because he's a nice guy.
He is a nice guy.
He would have taken in like your entire family's estate.
It's true. I mean, good luck ever getting back there. But nevertheless, everything went pretty smoothly for those couple days until the bells at the dock went off. And as you guys made your way over there, you quickly realized that a elven warship was approaching. As much as Ragnar tried to, to move up and goad this guy, he simply blown off, demanded to speak to Brody, and the group of you more or less decided to say fuck that and take off as soon as possible. Captain hired some more crew, begrudgingly using his own coin to do so. Nevertheless, you made your guys' way back, or off, to the Kari Desert. Yoink. Oh yeah, those lovely people.
Yeah, Emma decided not to walk up to the house of the undead immortal sorcerer kings and just go, "Yo, you got any rats?"
Indeed. So,
Got some rats that need killing over there.
so, arriving in Krek, Ragnar made the decision, after having talked with Emin previously about the extent to which they're following through with their bloodhound stuff, to stay behind, to head back towards Kruxenberg. And the rest of you then made your way forward, staying at the Blood Sun. Yes, the Blood Sun Tavern. Pretty bustling in tavern in the kind of shittier part of Karek, unfortunately. You guys spotted a strange figure in the corner in the form of a hobgoblin who seemed quite a bit different from the ones you had seen previously in your travels into Zdolt Empire. Eventually you guys got to talking, and he more or less decided to accompany you guys, seeking out fairly similar ends. You guys slept in the tavern that night, woke up the next morning, and a rather hilarious bout of conversation with the barkeep, whose name you eventually found out, because nobody asked, was Hroff. That he needed help clearing out some rats in the sewers. A rather mundane task to most of you, until as you were leaving, some weird kind of subtle banging sounds merging from lower levels. As you made your way down there, you found not just a regular rat or even a large rat, but some abominable creature with the top half of its head completely missing, brain sticking out, this subtle glow about it, its eyes almost translucent as... I don't remember who it was, but somebody readily smashed that shit.
That was Noya for sure. That was Darius.
Oh yeah, Darius is a thing that happened during that encounter. Darius is here.
Darius just turned up to smash that rat.
Just turned up to smash the rat.
Never happened.
That was
before.
my job, and then I left. You know.
I mean, that's actually a fairly accurate assessment of what happened.
Pretty much.
So,
And there was also one other thing. And
Yeah,
I
Reese
think I've
died.
actually thrown away the piece of paper. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's right. Reese is dead. Never mind. Cleared it up.
got it.
No, there was somebody else who was affected by the rats. There was a woman down the road.
Yeah.
Carla.
Carla,
Has a
yeah.
shop.
Akala, yeah.
Yeah, local healer, I think she was.
So multiple
AKA.
people were affected by it, Carla being one of them.
I'm hearing lots of L's in his name. There you are. Update accordingly. So, that is where we've left off. You guys are standing amidst the basement of the innkeeper's this tavern. This rat. I mean, he's not even there. He's paced, I believe.
Yeah,
Absolutely demolished by Darius. Let's just
I just killed its head.
yoink him off. You just killed his head. Fair enough. So that is where you guys are at. The innkeeper has only like just barely followed you in. He's kind of standing at this top of the stairs, looking down. Why did you get it? I what in the? Is there more?
We got a rat.
And, this is it.
Right, thinking that there's probably more down there. What, you got a ladder leading somewhere?
Yeah, it looks like it goes down to the sewers, I believe.
You're standing above a ladder, so yeah.
And I already jumped down.
That's right. Idrak did jump down.
Jumps down, wondering why the famous grime artist Akala is now just dealing with herbs and stuff in a store down the road, and is also a woman. That's what's going through Rook's mind.
Yelling up to the shopkeeper. Is your place connected to the sewers?
Oh, yeah, vast majority of them are here.
Right.
Yes.
Hey, tall one, should you take a light down with ya?
No.
Might
Is it-
be
I
useful.
imagine he can see in the dark.
Yeah, I think he's fine.
Ah, no problem for him
The
then.
rest of you, on the
The
other
rest of
hand,
you?
as
Yeah.
you look down into that hole, it is just pitch black. The only light, just this subtle ambiance coming from the room that you're currently in.
I do believe we lit torches last time.
Yeah, I was about to light one.
I
but-
believe so.
Go down.
Alright.
Actually, you took the rat tail, right? Because we're collecting them to get paid. Do
Yeah, that's correct, yeah.
you want to keep a tally on the total number of tails we have?
Yep, I shall keep tally.
So, Emmons lighting up a torch. Anyone else?
I am, of course, I can't see. Kidding.
Hey, you never
Yeah,
know.
it's a human party tie still, I think, pretty much.
Why?
Just
It
one-
doesn't mean
one guy.
everyone needs torches. Vrok,
Yeah, I'll
Vrok has what?
I'll
Regular
light a torch as well.
60-foot dark vision?
Regular 60 feet, yeah.
It's just the reg.
The rag. He ain't no deep gnome.
And then I'll light a torch as well.
Alrighty.
Well, let's all head down then.
Right. Just hold the torch out for me. I'll lead the way after that other one.
So everyone but Darius grabbing a torch.
My hands are full.
Does Milo have dark vision?
I believe so, actually.
I don't think he does. I think that was one thing that we thought he did have, but he doesn't. Let me just check.
So it looks
Yeah,
good.
he does
With the
not.
cats and everything.
It was a point of. I don't know. It's a weird thing in
Yeah.
D&D because like
I remember
owls have it,
talking about
and
it,
panthers don't. And...
Owls have monster dark vision as well. It's like 120 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
I was just looking. They had it in previous versions of the game as well. Maybe
Yeah,
an
that's
oversight.
cats.
Nevertheless, with that many torches,
Yeah, we'll look
I'm not
at
sure
them
it's a
anyway.
problem. So, you guys begin scaling your way down the ladder as you come down, torches lit, sort of dropping one down below you so you can see it opens up immediately into this small room and chamber, sort of in an L shape with a smaller square room kind of built within it. Looking around, it's pretty empty. Nothing aside from the ladder heading up, and you see it open up into this larger passage. You can hear the running, sloshing of water just beyond, the dripping ambiance of things pouring into the sewers from all over the place. It looks about as welcoming as any sewer would.
Sewer?
Yeah, you know.
Oh, Asher, I think this is your wheelhouse. Can you track those rats back to their nest?
Sure thing. I will move towards the front of the group and see if I can find any tracks that lead in any particular direction.
I'll try not to die in the process. Give me an investigation.
An investigation or a survival?
Investigation.
Whoops.
God. So you kind of pushing out into the front and into this larger area. Most of the place is covered in this muck and grime. It's this general layer of filth. You don't make out any specific tracks, but you can definitely see areas where there's just long lines of this muck and filth kind of scraped away. Thin lines, similar to tracks, but I mean, it heads all over the place. You can see it moving northwards, southwards. Some seems to go directly off, and you can also see some that sort of hits a wall and ends. There's no really singular direction that you can make out for this.
I've not tracked in a place like this before. It might be worth some of you guys coming and having a look as well.
Hey, if we walk far enough, I'm sure we'll just find them.
Well, let's get moving then.
Just a question before we get going. Like, from what you can see of the sewer so far, do the sewers seem to be following the street that we were on above, or not? Like, just in case we need to get out of here.
Oh. Helps if I mute myself. As far as you can tell, it vaguely does, and kind of moving out into the larger area here, looking down on either side, you can see that, sort of as the innkeeper mentioned, most of the stores and other areas are connected to the sewers. So much of the inner workings kind of innately follow along with that.
Alright, lads. Left or right?
Right is a dead end.
Well then left.
Left at one seam.
I'm going to jump to the other side.
This is one of the more disgusting jobs I think I've ever taken.
Yeah. Does Darius have a torch?
Nope.
Do you want to take this, Darius, since you're in front?
Hands are a little bit full, but if you hold it up for me, like enough for all of us.
Right, yes. I'm just thinking going around corners and stuff. You don't going into the dark, really, do you?
Suppose that's fair.
You can hold a torch with your greatsword.
It's
Yeah,
it's a long sword, but yeah.
Have you got a shield as well?
Yup.
Yeah. You can chuck it on the floor and draw a sword in one turn, right? If you need to.
Yeah, you can drop.
Yeah.
Alright, should be fast enough. Hold your torch, friend. I'll take out one of my own.
Yeah, I'll light his torch with mine.
Alright.
Vrook, as you come around the corner there, kind of just on top of the bridge where you previously were, something moves out of sight in the corner of your eye. As you turn and look kind of northward around the corner, you see this. Well, you're not quite sure what it is, but you hear just. It's loud, but not loud enough that the people behind you hear it. For the rest of you, it probably just sounds like sewer ambiance. The only reason you make it out is because as you look around, you can see this large shape. Just a black silhouette in the darkness that seems to continue ahead. You lose sight of it as it enters one of the adjacent rooms.
Any of you lads see that?
You didn't. So
No, like the only reason most of the rest of you can make it out is because of the large black shape, right?
no,
just
there is
different
I.
Okay, no.
Yeah, he came from over here. Only he saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I have sight through this gap here. That's the reason I saw it. But I turn to the others and just like, time to be quiet. There's something over there.
Ty, these dots, are they something you could walk across, or are they bars going all the way down the
Those are, yeah, those are bars. Head all the way up, they block it off, yeah.
I'll start going around then.
Like for straining, right?
Yeah. And for some
What's
reason-
long jump distance?
Half your strength.
Half your strength.
It's your strength if you take a running jump,
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah. Running jump.
but you need to run 10 feet in the same direction for that.
Balls. I'm going to have to go around him because I can't jump that.
So while he's doing that, I tell them where I heard the noise from, just down the way.
You heard the noise.
There's something over there. Big.
Did you make out any features? What kind of beast are we talking?
Don't know. It's very far away.
Alright. Large beastie in the sewers.
Are you guys stealthing, by the way? You guys said you were moving quietly, so I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean we're not being obvious if that's what you mean.
Yep, everyone give me a stealth check in that case.
Oh, goody. My favourite.
Just 5 from me, somewhere in chainmail.
I'm really good at those.
But you need to be careful with what you're doing there. No, you need to turn off that stealth thing.
Yeah.
The stealth disadvantage.
It's still the
because,
4, but yeah.
It's actually worse. I'm sorry, yeah, the 4 on that, yeah.
I mean... You mean the
Is-
rolls are naturally worse, or...
No, you basically
like
rolled
a-
4 stealth checks just now, not just 2.
Yeah, you've got
I'll
to
roll
go
the
for Jango.
dice. You'll see what you've got. Just go onto your armor and just get rid of the disadvantage thing. And just remember it, because otherwise
Is-
you'll roll 4 if you haven't rolled 2.
Alright.
Is scale mail jangly armor, or is that
It
quiet
is
armor?
indeed.
It's jangly. Okay, so mine's a 7 then.
So you guys are anything but
Oh, I
stealthy,
rolled myself.
aside from Tom, who, as expected, is very good stealthing.
It's tonight.
I rolled to self, but I got a nat 20 and a 7.
Fortunately, Tom is caught in the middle of all of you as there's just this jangling mass of armor and heavy. Holy shit.
Alarm clocks.
That was, oh, I thought that was mine. That was not mine. Yeah, there's this gangling mass of heavy metal armor chiming throughout the tunnels, and these heavy boot falls against the stonework. It's terrible and loud, and yeah. Yeah.
Anyone who cares knows we're coming.
Nevertheless, as you guys kind of come around, as Vrok points this out to you, the path seems to split off again. You can see the bend continue off to the left, and the area just south of this circular network heading down.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Did it go this way, tall one?
What did you say, sir?
Did it go this way?
No, it went north.
Ah, alright.
You can't walk on that side.
Well, I see that now.
I'm just gonna peek around the corner here, see what I see. What?
So, as you kind of shift your way up and just look in through that narrow stairwell headed up, you see just, again, the vague backside of this creature is goes stomping away. It doesn't seem to take notice of you, however, and it just continues northward.
What was it? What was it doing? Oh, what was it doing?
Give me a perception.
Oh, yay.
In the actually, there's a wall that's not up there, but in the brief instance that you see it sort of just pass through into that next room, you see that it's, now that you're a bit closer, it is this large, kind of furry but very humanoid figure. But on its right hand, there's not quite a hand so much as there's a massive sort of cleaver just embedded into the stump of whatever was there. And as he holds it onto his side, you see that the corpse of a humanoid just pierced all the way through, dangling there from that cleaver as he just moves his way.
Oh, so he has, like, somebody still attached to his cleaver as he's walking out, as you say?
Just impaled, dangling there from his hand, basically, or his hand, basically. And, yeah, you hear this
So I
very...
back to the other side.
Yeah, you hear this very faint...
We're in the room still.
very clearly coming from the person dangling from that cleaver.
Oh, fuck.
The
So I turn to the
barkeep-
others.
Go on.
I said, what were you saying?
I should say the barkeep said there'd been other adventurers sent down, didn't they?
Yeah, but he said
That was
like
a thing, yeah.
a week ago, right? Well, there is something there. Rats, actually. Big ones, though. Can't hear you, Will.
There's a rat.
Yeah, a very big rat.
Well, we're down here to kill rats, so
That is our job.
It may have impaled somebody also.
that's quite a
Yeah.
large rat.
Impaled. What? Did it have big claws?
Something like that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm going to around the corner, over to that wall.
Well, let's check out this impaled friend of yours.
He's not my friend.
Well, he certainly won't be very hostile now, will he?
Yeah, so I'm back on, back to this wall. I'm just going to peek around the corner.
So you peek around, there's no sign of this large beast, monstrosity, whatever it may be, anywhere. The sound of its footfalls already past. It's moved, you imagine, into the one hallway you can see headed off to the left. But you do almost immediately hear this sort of raking and scurrying sound coming from the top left of the room. Top right, sorry.
Just to check my understanding here as well, these ladders, they go up to the service we came from, right, to the shops and stuff. From what I can tell, like the.
You imagine so, yeah. I mean, you can, yeah, you can see a trapdoor at the top of them.
It seems to have gone.
In that room, I point towards where the door Ivrock's standing in.
Well, he's gone past.
After you.
Tom, give me a perception check.
This ought to be good.
There it is.
Oh, deceptive scout.
Indeed.
Hmm.
So I'm looking at a hole in the floor.
You are looking at a hole in the floor.
Is it a deep hole?
Did you find the stabbed one?
Not yet.
Ty, I think my torch effect has stopped working.
Fixed. So, as you all make your way into the room, yeah, you see this hole in the ground. Looking down into it, you can see it is fairly deep, about 4, maybe 5 feet wide at most, and that's barely so, as it's quite jagged, nowhere near perfect. But as you peer down into it, you can hear this echoing, cascading, just multiple tons. Seems to just subtly come up from the hole. At the same time, Darius and Asher, as you guys make your way to the top of this room, you can hear this rustling. You see some shift in movement in this large amalgamation of just filth and debris coming from the top right of this room.
I turn to this and say, I found lots of rats.
You found them.
You listen to them scurry down here.
Think there's a way we can roll them out?
Can I have your torch?
Yeah.
Drop it down the hole. That should aggravate them somewhat.
Okay, so you taking whose torch are you taking?
Darius.
You didn't have it. You're the only one without a torch.
No, remember.
I lit one with him.
I took
Oh,
mine.
okay.
You lit mine.
I apparently missed that.
Drop it down the hole. You did say it, it's true.
All right, so you take the torch from him and smoldering, drop it down the hole. You see it. It's not too terribly deep, actually. You can see it continues on, kind of. Hole seems to open up going that way. But as it hits, there's this sputtering of flame. You hear the sound of these rats pick up immediately. This and start getting louder and louder at the same time.
I'm just waiting there with my axe, just like. Same time.
I assume everyone is quite ready for that, and I need you all to roll initiative as at the same time as the first of these rats comes into view, there's this, assuming, Tom, you're probably the only one that sees this as you're looking back, but you suddenly see these black orbs pop out from a mass, or amidst this mass of tangled debris and filth.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
I will trade initiatives with Darius if he wanted to go not last.
Good.
And
Hey, do you want to go
five,
not last?
and 5 temporary hit points for you as well.
Very neighborly of ya. Didn't put my thing in the tracker.
Chop him up.
You have to go to your settings and make sure that initiative has send to tracker enabled.
We're at 21. No, you need to put your
Yeah.
initiative.
You should have 21 for Darius.
I can edit it now, but I was looking to see how to send it to tracker.
All right, Asher, you're first to react as you hear this sudden, as this flurry, this mass of rats comes just pouring out from this gangling nest that's been made and constructed up in the right corner of the room.
I'm going to take a step back into the doorway and ready my action for when they come around the corner to take a shot at them with my longbow. I'm going to drop my torch in the middle of the room. And then I'm going to do the same for Milo. He's going to stay behind that ledge and hold his action until something comes around the corner.
All right, Darius.
Do both Phil and Beth have armor of Agathis up, as it hasn't been an hour yet? Or
I don't think it's been an hour.
We
Yeah,
literally
still
just
up.
came into the sewer.
so we both still have that up. That's not concentration, right?
It's not.
Okay.
Would be terrible. If it
Just
was.
stand kind of in the middle of the room and take a ready to action to attack anything that comes within reach.
All right, Tom.
Tom is going to drop and step out his torch. And then he is going to attempt to hide again. So there's a brief moment of stealth.
Where are you moving to hide? Because you're just out in the middle of the hallway at the moment.
Further back this way.
Okay. Ivrak.
So nothing has come out the hole yet.
Not yet.
Does it sound like anything's coming out the hole? Like,
Give me a perception.
tell? Just 12.
The sparring of flame, people shifting about behind you, and this second swarm that seems to be pouring out of the nest. It's hard to tell.
Okay. Well, while still here at the hole, like checking, I'm look behind me, see those, and I'm going to shoot out 2 nasty blasts of eldritch energy at the rats behind us. So that's going to be 7 points of damage in that group over there.
Okay, quickly turning around, the first one slams into the wall, does nothing. You hear the shaking of small pieces of stone and dust as it pours off. Second one managed to get in that small slit, slams into rats. You see 4 or 5 of them just thrust into the wall. They smack against it with this crack as their bones clearly just break under the pressure and they fall to the ground limpless.
while that's there, I'm going to bring my axe back overhead, waiting at the hole, and that's my turn.
Okay. The remainder of these, rather, was 7 damage. 7. The rest of them all just come pouring out immediately as straight towards Darius. Go ahead and take that opportunity attack. Asher as well. And Milo, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
2 min damage hits.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're on it, guys. Don't worry.
Are those rats just swarming all over Darius?
They are
Believe
indeed. You watch, I mean, as they come scurrying out, as you swinging with your longsword, you manage to get one of them, but it's not much at all. They, the arrow shot just kind of goes into the ground. Milo manages to tear into 2 or 3, but there's just so many here that as they come around at Darius, they entirely just start clambering up on top of you, biting in, trying to find purchase through that armor. Which, which does not. Your armor is pretty inclusive there, and you just sort of flinging them off left and right. They don't seem to do anything. However, up from the hole, the sound seems to get louder and louder as they make their way through. They are going to take fire damage, though. I guess I'll do that when he gets back.
I don't think Phil hasn't got held action because he did Eldritch Blast.
Oh no, this is from the torch.
Oh, okay, sorry.
They're definitely running through that fire as they come back up, scurrying in a hole. Similarly, just watch them swarm around Ivrak's feet. Also not hitting.
And I think that does. Oh no, they have to hit for armor of Agathis
They have
to
to
work?
hit, yeah.
Go ahead and roll me a d6 as they go running through that fire. Ivrak.
6.
Ooh.
Sorry, I was just away.
Oh, good. So as those rats come just charging through, you hear their just shrieking, shrill squeals as some of them perish in the fire. Most of them come back up and manage to surround you, though. And they take 6 from that, and that's it for them. Takes it to Emin.
Okay, so these rats are swarming all over Darius and Ivrak, right? Am I okay to shoot them with my crossbow, or is it kind of like just them?
Could definitely shoot them.
Do I stand a chance of hitting the people underneath if I miss?
I'd say most definitely.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna shoot at the rats swarming over
Just don't
Darius.
roll a 1.
There we go, 7 damage.
One of the few scenarios where that would matter. But yeah, no, 20 definitely hits. You see, I mean,
And
as
Darius... Oh, come on.
as they're like swarming in and out, or like all over these two figures, there are still some that are like kind of just circling around the ground. Those are the ones you kind of go for as you pull out the crossbow, just impale one of them straight through into the concrete.
And Darius can make an attack on the rats as well.
Which does hit, actually.
Wow.
I was gonna say suck less, but apparently, no, whatever.
I rolled a 4, you know.
Which actually, sorry, means that longbow hit earlier, which was another 7. So that's going to be
34 from all 3. No, 24 from all 3.
got it. So, as much as you're like, you're hardly even swinging with the sword so much as you're just like tearing things off of you and chucking them into the wall, hearing them snap against the stone. Their frail bones just crushed under the pressure. Yeah, and you're just flinging them left and right. stomping on them. There's much fewer than there were previously. There's only maybe 4, 5, 6 left as they're scurrying about you. Some of them just taking off. But it's on Asher.
So I'm gonna drop my longbow, pull out my short sword, and I'm gonna try and go for the rats that are all over Ivrook. And Milo is gonna use his 2 attacks to go for the ones in Darius.
Some solid hits.
We're on point today. This is good.
Indeed. And with both of those, you kind of moving up with the... you're attacking the ones on Ivrook, right? Milo's on Darius?
Yeah, that's yeah.
Okay. So you go just cleaving into the ones around Ivrook, managing to cut through a swath of them. At the same time, Milo tearing through the last remainders. Milo's at home here. Cat chasing mice, just devouring these few remaining swarms. And
plays with some of them. We doesn't kill them straight away. That's the thing to go escape, and he catches the tail and shit.
Yeah.
It's cruel.
And taking 9 from that. All right, Darius.
Alright. I'm gonna come over and start attacking these ones that are still on Ivrook to try and get him free of these.
Wow.
A little better.
Very on point. As you start. I mean, it's pretty frightening for you, Rook, as Darius just comes over with his longsword and just cleaving these arcs mere inches away from you.
Dodging out of the way of this shit, and he just happens to be catching the rat still. Okay, that's what's happening.
Yeah, you're moving like so fast that the rats are just like flying off of you, and he's catching them as they're midair. It's good.
Like Fruit Ninja.
It is Fruit Ninja. It's Rat Ninja. Rat Ninjas. Should I just put ninjas in every dungeon we do? That's what I should do, right?
Oh god, the bugbears.
That's with the theme you're going for right now as well.
Alright, if there's nothing else, on top.
Harry's just one attack?
I'm
You know-
just gonna peek around the corner. There's
I
still
can attack twice. You're right. Gotta get used to that.
I mean, couldn't Ragnar do it too? couldn't Ragnar...
Ragnar could do it.
We'd be like, hold still. Just start taking the sword, Coriel, just like whacking rats right left and right.
4 and 7. Okay, yeah. So as Darius is just cleaving left and right, you manage to like slip your way into one of his attacks and using the sword to start skewering them with rapid succession, just one after the other. You've basically, by the end of this, as you've managed to clear the rest of them up, that is now dead. You've got a sort of shish kebab of rats along your sword of Coriel.
Which is satisfied, I'm sure.
Well, that was
Barely.
nasty as I kind of like shake a bunch of guts off my sword.
Do we hear anything else moving around now that these rats have stopped?
Give me a perception.
I hear shit.
I mean, we're in the
sewer.
sewers, so I mean, probably.
Do it.
Oh, that's embarrassing. How do you do the thing where?
Me, not Anne.
Slash me.
Whoops.
No, slash EM, it's an emote. It's not the...
Yeah.
Tom's gonna go pick up his torch.
No, it also works with slash me.
Yeah, slash me is what I use.
Also works. Also.
So how many rat tails we got here?
About
Mr.
like
DM?
100.
Roll me 2d20, Asher.
Yeah.
How much are we being paid for this again?
2
Enough.
gold for a bundle of 20? Or a dozen, was it? I forget.
I believe he upped it to 4 gold per dozen.
Per dozen.
16, baby, in total.
Yeah.
That's about 5 gold. Oh, yeah.
So, as Asher's just going to town, dagger pulled out, severing rat tails from each of these small little corpses. The sound of this stomping monstrosity is long since passed, but for those kind of just standing on the perimeter of the room, especially anyone who kind of makes their way back into the previous chamber looking outwards, path you just came, there's this very audible just something sounds like it's just tearing away, feasting.
Was that me and Asher hearing that then?
Probably you. Asher's kind of moving all about the room, cutting rat tails.
Yeah, I suppose.
So, back where we came.
I heard something that sounds bigger than a regular rat back there.
Are we being paid the same for giant rat tails? That seems wrong to me.
We'll negotiate something for the giant rat, don't worry.
What if we cut a giant rat tail into multiple tiny ones?
As I get out into this room, do I hear anything more? Like which direction it might be coming from? If there are multiple things there.
Give me another perception. Give me another.
Oh, same roll.
Okay. Not quite as you walk into the room, but as you make your way down the stairs and into the actual sewer system again, you can most definitely hear it. The only reason you can even hear it, it's not a tremendously loud sound, it just happens to be echoing throughout these winding corridors, but it is most definitely coming from this direction.
Where's everyone else gone?
Getting the rat tails, I think.
And we won't go anywhere without them.
There's no one in this room anymore.
Oh,
Oh, you can see Asher there that way. Asher! Where are you going?
I think Tom just wants to have a look down here quickly.
I mean, it's not a bad idea to split up if we want to cover more ground, but
If there's a big thing running around, I'd rather not be able to pick us.
I am in agreement. Just want the plan to be set in stone before we off and do it, though.
Yeah, don't go walking off on your own without telling us where you're going.
You were
Then leave
muted,
the-
Tom.
Leave to the side again.
Sorry, I still don't have any light.
Did you pull back out your...
There we
Oh
go.
yeah, you did. Sorry. I missed you saying
I
you
was just kind of trying to see the end of this down here. Make sure that we're not gonna get attacked from behind.
It goes on for some way.
I'm in stick with him. I'll cover our behind.
Let's go towards the so the
The sound as we heard.
yeah, the scratching creature.
So you guys only make it really about halfway down that long kind of tunnel before you turn back around. You can see it goes off for quite some way and then spans off into 3 different areas as the water just separates at this juncture. Let's turn back, heading back through the room.
Come on, off you go. I'll take up the rear.
Y'all are so slow. So, as you guys make your way back into this main area, the sound gets seemingly louder and louder. You can hear the same tearing away at something from the area just below you.
As in just to the south here?
Indeed.
So yeah, I jump across the path again.
I mean, there's no bridge and I can't jump this. What does this sewer look like, Ty? Does it look deep or does it look like just come up to your boots?
It's pretty deep. You would be at least shoulder, almost neck deep if you were to go into it.
Yeah, okay, yeah, not doing that.
There's a bridge down this way.
Yes.
Vrock, as you vault yourself across on the other side, kind of landing with this heavy thud, you hear this sound of feasting suddenly subside. You see just,
Yeah,
I think you
can
have,
see them.
yeah, you see just for a moment these two much larger rats kind of, and then immediately go back to tearing down into this, having apparently not seen you.
If they haven't seen me, I'm going to take a pot shot with Eldritch Blast at them.
Ooh.
So
Nice
that's-
crit, shitty damage.
Damage. Yeah, I'm assuming that the 14's going to hit a rat, right? So it's going to be 13, I think, total. I'm targeting just the one rat, so.
Yep, both of those definitely hitting as you have two large charged bolts of energy to go cascading across the area, slamming into this one. You see him immediately just erupt into this flurry of gores. He's torn apart by the blast. The second one immediately just takes off running.
I see him do all this, right?
Yeah. And I need everyone to roll
I'm
initiative
gonna get
again.
you over
I need-
there.
Just two, they're nothing.
Actually, we don't need initiative, sorry. It's not that big deal. You guys are way the fuck over there.
Shall we follow? Might lead us to more.
They are eating something. I'm going to have a look.
Right. Oop.
I'm advancing carefully into this place. I don't want to necessarily alert anything, but yeah, I just want to walk slowly towards the body.
Okay. As for the rest of
Keeping
you,
an eye.
as you're making your way across this other side, you can see there's one chamber that seems to span out this kind of multi-tiered room, number of large pillars holding it up. It's almost odd. You can see at the top where there used to probably be a ladder, but there's still a very large trapdoor sort of at the end on the roof. Oh, it's not letting me ping. It's annoying. But at the very top of that room, just looking at the ceiling, you can see a large trapdoor. The ladder has since been crushed to pieces down below on the ground.
I'm kind of trying to keep track of like both parties, making sure we're all not too separated.
Too late for that.
Yeah.
I mean-
as soon as we move a bit further on.
I can still kind of see him and Emin, right?
For now, but as soon as we move any further, there's going to be walls.
Yeah.
So this body that I found, he looks like he's an armed man, right? Probably one of the adventurers that came through here.
Indeed. Just a quick look down at him. You see he's got this black leather on, shield still in his hand, no weapon, helmet's missing, or kind of just toppled off to the side.
Any gold?
Go digging around, and you do find a pouch. That weighing it, peering in, you can see it's a fairly sizable amount. But that's for his body. His face is a mangled mess. Strips of flesh torn off, skin and meat devoured. There's nothing left to recognize this person.
I pocket the gold for now, noting that was kind of interesting that he wasn't looted. And I'm going to ignite my axe and just put his body to flame.
Asher, as you come moving along the top there, just peering into these rooms, you were immediately taken aback as you turned the corner. Looking into this small square chamber, you see this rather strange sight of what looks to be two humanoid skeletons floating, aimlessly just moving mid-air. No real purpose.
I am going to lean up against the side of the wall, either side, and get Milo the other side of the doorway.
What is it? What?
Something in this room. Skeletons?
I turn around, look down the bridge. Do I see him?
Oh, most definitely. You kind of just peer over that arch. You immediately see the head from your angle of one skeleton just suddenly its gaze turns to you and then passes. You suddenly see a second one. This skeleton, its clavicle broken and just
3 pieces?
Asher, I don't think it's a good idea to walk in that room. Seems like there may be some sort of magic involved.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
Give me a
Let's
perception,
avoid this one.
Tom. And you're kind of just on the other side of this room, staring in, trying to figure out what's happening.
Nope.
Nope.
Darius has a torch, right? Because it looks in darkness to me.
I have a torch, but I don't know why it would appear that way to you.
Yeah, on my screen he's like almost in blackness.
I gotcha.
Ty, could I have a closer look at this room with the two
Yep.
skeletons?
Give me perception. Okay. As you look in, just kind of darting your head around the corner again, you see, of course, the two skeletons there, but spending more time staring, you can see that although they're little more than bone at this point, there's still remnants of armor and weaponry still attached to them as they float. You can see amidst them, likewise, just floating around the room, a sword, a bow, and sort of just hovering towards the bottom, this pair of boots that seem to have this almost, I mean, they look well crafted compared to everything else in there that is damaged, rusted. These boots are made from leather, but they look pristine, hardly tarnished at all.
Ooh, guys, there's some cool stuff in this room. I mean, there's two skeletons in there as well, but there's some
What have you got
nifty
there?
looking
Ash?
stuff. There's what looks like a nice pair of boots, and then a sword and a bow as well.
Yeah, as like if Rookie's been close to that, like he's on the bridge, he'll look over on his shoulder and he's like, and he begins sort of just backing up, like cowering away from that a little
Those
bit.
skeletons look. I imagine I'm peeking around Ash's shoulder. I wouldn't go in there before you. Maybe shoot the skeletons. And we all be ready.
Don't disturb it.
I don't know. What he's saying about those boots, they look rather nice. If they're just two skeletons, we've got
How
no problem.
stupid
with that,
are you
right?
to die for boots?
I
Do
agree
you not
with
think
you, Rob.
five of us can't take two skeletons?
It's not the
Black
skeletons
magic.
I'm worried about. Whatever the magic is in the room.
I'm with Lemon on this one. 2 skeletons. If we can find a way around the magic, then it's all good.
Well, why don't we all just back up and Asher can fire a shot from distance, and then if there's any crappy magic in there, it won't hit us.
As you're all standing there, just discussing how to go about this room, there's this distant, very familiar sounding. It's quite far. You can hardly hear it. It's barely audible, but at the same time, you hear this scurrying of small clawed feet against the pavement.
Uh-oh.
Do you get a sense of direction on that?
Uvrak and Tom make it out the most. It seems to be coming from the room behind.
Ty, can I try and tie some rope to an arrow and fire it at the boots?
Yeah, by all means. You quickly tie off the arrow. Give me a shot. Give me a shot. Position yourself well between the two doors there, or the two walls. Let out the shot, but almost as soon as it passes the doorway, you see the arrow just lose all velocities. Slow motion just cascades into this. You're not sure what, but I mean, it just goes tremendously slow. The rope still cascading, following behind it, and eventually it just comes to a stop before it ever reaches the boots.
Okay, I'll just pull back, take the arrow back. Yeah, guys, I think I don't know what's going on with that room, but I am not going in there.
What
It
up?
does look rather strange.
Some kind of magic, I don't really understand it. It and stuff.
Look, like I was like, and I told you so. Like, it's evil.
Yes, well, now that we've tried it, I'm inclined to agree with you, Rook.
It's trap.
Nice boots, though. Oh well.
Nevertheless, as you take a step away from the room, Vrak, I assume you're staring down the tunnel where this sound is coming from. You watch as suddenly you see, just barely passing behind this wall, another one of these deep holes, and a brain, top of a head, comes crawling out, followed by another, and another, and another one, as these multitudes of rats that you encountered up above just come swarming out, and I need everyone to roll initiative.
Ooh.
Oh.
If
Oh,
it's,
big fat 8 from me.
Big fat 8.
Oh, come on.
none of my rolls.
Did I win? Fucking hell.
Mine's supposed to be with disadvantage. Hold on. There you go.
Disadvantage on initiative.
Tom, it's up to you. Do you want to lose 2 initiative and gain 5 temporary HP or not?
Nah.
Okay.
All are low. Everybody's low.
You're definitely faster than
Well, mine's because I'm watching over here.
All right, Vrak, you're the first to
Why
notice
did you
them
roll
as
twice?
you're.
Because mine's with disadvantage because of my armor.
That's only for stealth rolls.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, never mind, you're right. That should be 14.
All right, go ahead and
Man,
update
I'm
yourself.
tired.
Vrak, you're the first to react. I mean, as you're standing there, watch as they all just come swarming out of the hole.
Okay, I go striding down the corridor, axe in hand. As I'm walking down, the axe head just ignites in this green fire, and I sweep it across the floor, undercutting the big swarm of rats. $18 damage.
I will mark that as
That is
soon
nice.
as I reload. Meanwhile, Asher, you're free to go as I get this to hopefully work.
There's nothing else near them as the tie that I can see. It's just the one swarm that you were putting down, correct?
Indeed. I mean, it is a constant flow that just seems to be erupting and emerging from this hole.
George, I wasn't sure if like you were trying to put stuff up when you crashed. That was all.
Nope, just the one. Oh, fuck.
So Milo and myself will head down the corridor as well. And then can we squeeze past that corner and get into the room? If so, we will.
You can get past
The
them.
rats as
It's
well.
fine. Yeah. Yeah, you can go past them.
Oh.
Oh yeah, Milo, you do it. So that's another 30 damage tie. So it's taken 48 total.
Getting there, getting there. Here we go. Back.
Milo's doing work on these rats.
Really, it's his territory.
Never mind, I'm not back.
Saved enemy.
Loaded me in player
a
mode,
nice day out.
which is useless. Da-da-da-da, bra-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Thanks, Roll20.
It's a pretty nice system.
It's the best. Didn't you know?
I mean, not as the best virtual tabletop, right? I think it is the best software ever for anything.
Anything.
So, as you come running up, cleaving in with that axe, you manage to just sever a couple of those rats, but more so than that, the flame seems to deter them entirely. These licks of fire cascading off, searing a couple of them. Asher, you come running up behind, stabbing into the short sword, managing to cut through one as Milo pounces and starts tearing in. Just loving everything about this. So, we have
48.
minus 4, 8, 5, 3, 10. It is still up as they just continue to flow from this tunnel. As they're, oh geez. Don't do this to me, Roll20. As everyone else is charging into this room, dealing with these weird half-headed brain rats, and then as you're getting out whatever weapon you're intending to use, you suddenly watch as these skeletons previously in the room start lurching, floating outwards into the larger hall. And
Are they going now?
they are going now. As soon as this
Yeah.
reloads and lets me.
There's Darius on 14, by the way, if that happened. If he goes first. He was just out of order on the initiative.
I can keep it as 4. It doesn't really matter that much to me.
Oh no, I'll move on. It doesn't matter on the initiative. I was actually supposed to do this earlier. It's actually like 19, but I didn't see my roll until just now.
Good luck.
Thanks, roll 20.
Fast, spooky skeleton.
So, as both of these skeletons come floating out of the room, you quickly notice that behind them is still the boots and the weapons all floating, and it seems to just sweep past you entirely.
The skeletons go straight past me.
Go straight past you. And as they do, you suddenly feel yourself pulled in to this sticky cube. I need you to roll a what is that? A
I
dexterity
thought
save?
it wasn't a gelatinous cube after the arrow seemed to float. Rather.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, you fooled me. Thought it was at first, and then thought it wasn't once the arrow didn't make it attack us. So is it dex save, you say?
Yes, it is.
Plus
Ooh.
6. Plus 6.
That's gonna be
Yeah.
3d6.
3d6 death damage.
Mhm.
That is 12 acid damage. As you get pulled into this thing, you feel your armor and skin just begin to slowly dissolve away. You can see now that the bones of the skeletons are rotted. The sword and bow are a rusty, acidic mess. The boots still seem as nice and intact as they were before, but this thing just continues to move, pulling you with it. That's it for the gelatinous cube. Takes us to Darius.
All right.
Yeah, you just watched this. Now you can see the outline of this cube finally. As everything's moving alongside it, sloshing along the ground. Emin pulled inside.
Okay. Not quite what I was expecting. This situation appears to be a little bit more dangerous than I at first anticipated. I look at both Tom and the now floating Evan, and I'm like, all right, lads, time for our best, huh? And go ahead and bless us.
Who are
Be
you
blessed.
Emin, Tom, and can I bless myself?
You can.
You can.
Okay, as well as myself.
You don't actually have to be able to see them. It's just within range. Although 30 foot, we are probably the only ones in range.
Yeah, basically. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to use my spiritual weapon, will that into existence.
Oh, you can.
That's 2
this-
spells. Can't do 2 spells.
Is it?
One spell at a time.
As a bonus action, you cast it?
No,
One has to be a
You
cantrip.
can't
Okay,
do a
never
bonus action spell at another one, so.
Can
And
attack
then with
and
that, I'm gonna take a one step away from this thing and kind of go into a more open area. And that's it for my turn.
Okay, Tom. Caught between two
I
terrible
don't
things.
think I noticed the cube. I'm actually been focused on Averick running down the hall, so.
Yeah, well, fair enough then. And Emin's not
Yeah.
making any sound, so
He is. He is.
Yeah, nobody's.
yeah, you hear this very muffled.
I
Just...
hear
Yeah, don't speak, Em, you'll start inhaling the goo, and it's not good.
Yikes.
Can you even
Move down
do
the
anything there,
hall.
Tom?
What?
Can you even do anything? Is it just not like a traffic jam in that hall?
Can I even move through this?
You can move through. Well, you wouldn't be able to make it to the other side of the rat, unfortunately, because there's no space.
Okay.
Squeeze. Oh no, you can. It's a swarm. You can
You
move
can-
through it. Heyo. You can.
Okay.
You can
definitely-
be in the storm if you want, Tom. Fun times.
Okay, no, I don't know if I want to be in the swarm.
I'm sure you do. Take
No.
Take a note from Emin's book.
You can come and help Emin.
I don't even know Emmon's in trouble.
Don't
That's
do
the
that.
problem.
Was it particularly quiet, Ty? Did it not just like out?
I mean, the cube is quiet, but there's a pretty loud ruckus going on down below as everyone is just
Fair enough.
scraping across concrete and flailing their weapons at rats. It's
I
pretty
don't
noisy.
want to get in the swarm, so I'm gonna use dagger.
I mean,
My
you did
dagger.
hear me say, "Uh-oh," as I saw Emin get absorbed.
I can't imagine that anyone
Of course, this could be a disadvantage.
anyone listens to Darius at this point.
2 daggers, a disadvantage, it's a 10.
Thanks for that.
uh, 10 will
Yeah,
actually
'cause
miss.
I'm not
15 will
using
hit.
I'm not using my sword, so I get
Oh, I
advantage
see.
on
Yeah,
any
Yep.
weapon I don't use.
D4's to your attacks though, so.
So
13. We'll say that.
13.
Probably gonna
Yeah.
hit.
As you come running up, stowing away the sword, there is this compelling nature to grab it back out and swing, but you manage to pull out the daggers instead. Chuck the first 2. The first one misses with that 10. The 15
13.
will hit.
13.
Oh,
13
bless.
blessed. Yeah.
That will hit then. For
Alright.
8, 16.
24 more. Probably what? 72 damage now.
That will kill them off as you come running through. The few remaining, you manage to just chuck a flurry of daggers, piercing, skewering each one to the ground. And
That's all I could do, so.
fortunately, as that one goes down, a secondary swarm, continuous stream starts coming up. Still from the hole. Still from the hole.
Were they like underneath? When you're saying it's a continuous stream, this one was like there underneath this one, ready to come out, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was looking before, because my green flame blade hits the second target, so
Oh, sure. How much?
they 6 damage for them.
All right.
Yes, right. I didn't ask in a very clear way. I think.
Ba. Okay, so it takes 6 damages. Some of them just coming up out of the hole still, incinerated by this green fire. As they come out, Ooh, you guys are nice and I like that. As they come out and just literally swarm throughout this entire area, ground all around you guys, you see the heads, the brains of these creatures that suddenly envelop this sort of ethereal film, and it is almost like this radiating aura. I need everyone to take a... Wisdom save.
Take a what?
Wisdom
Wisdom, oh.
save.
Not me and
it's
Darius, right?
Not my best though.
Nope. Everyone else. All these nice people down here.
God.
That's some good rolling there, Tom.
I guess I'll need one from... Okay, Milo's good. So, Asher's no problem here. So that is just a D10 on your turn, I believe?
Bet you wish you came to save Emin now.
Nope. Still better.
Well, now it's on Emin. What would you like to do, Emin?
Speaking of, what are my options?
You are currently restrained, so there's that.
How can I acrobatics my way out of that restraint?
You can strength check your way out.
That's a strength check. Well, fuck.
Take an action to make a strength check.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
Can I attack?
Yeah, you're just restrained, so it's disadvantage.
Okay, well, I will attack with my a rapier.
Hope you're not terribly attached to your metal weapons.
Well, I mean, I'm more attached to my life than my weapons, so. 17, I assume, hits?
It actually does not have the corrosion stuff. It actually does.
It's just rust monsters, I think.
I mean, there's a bunch of oozes
every
that
other
have it,
ooze.
but
Every other ooze.
the gelatinous cubes do not because they have
Right.
insane fucking acid damage.
So 17 hits for 5?
17 will definitely hit. As much as you're struggling, it's hard to miss this thing as you're just carving away at its insides. It seems to give no shits though, and just starts.
And Darius can
Pulling you along.
move in and give an attack as well.
Yes.
All right.
Do you have to be able to speak to do that?
I-
Because you cannot
I'm
speak
not
while you're in the
sure.
cube.
Yeah.
It does say you like tell an ally to do this.
I've got the warlock back. I'm
Doesn't
just going to read
say
it.
anything.
You may command an ally. I don't know.
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, you can do it.
Okay,
With
that's fine.
motions instead. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, he can see you. He's staring straight at you, so there's just this, like... I don't even know so much
I
as...
see what's
I don't know if
going
you're
on
so
here,
much
but,
commanding so much as Darius just isn't a piece of shit, and he
Pleading.
knows that you need help.
Yeah, I'm just trying to help him out here.
21 hitting for 8.
And if you've got anything that you can divinely do to help me out, now would be a good time. Just gonna lay that one out there.
It might be SOL there, bucko. We'll see.
Alright, Vrok. Roll that d10.
You got smites, right?
Technically. The only one I've got prepared, though, is...
No.
you
He's not
can
talking about your spell smites. He's talking about your
you can
divine
just-
smite.
Burn the spell to do extra damage.
Ah, well, true.
They're actually,
Oh
are
shit!
better
Someone's
than
getting
spells,
punched in the
so-
face.
I was actually debating on, like, literally just trying to pull you out of it.
I think you could probably help on your. You couldn't do then because then that had to be an attack.
1,
You could
2,
probably
3.
help on your
So
turn.
I guess a d4 will go 1 Tom, 2 Milo, 3 Asher,
Sorry,
4
yeah,
the
there's
rat,
the. Sorry, yeah.
4 the...
I forgot the rats even existed.
You also have...
so
that,
Milo.
3. That's no. I rolled a d3. So it's a 3 is going to be Asher, unfortunately. Lucky. Gonna miss.
And watch as, really just Asher, you watch as a confused Vrok, just kind of bewildered, not sure what's going on, suddenly pulled out its weapon and starts swinging wildly at Milo. Or no, at you. Sorry.
The rats, Ivruk. The rats. Not me.
Nevertheless, it's on you,
Oh.
Asher.
I kind of, having not known him for that long, I'm going to go for the rats, but I'd have it in my mind that, you know, what is this guy doing? Okay, so I'm going to do the same as last time. The 3 attacks between myself and Milo for the rats.
Would Asher know that like something magical happened that's fucking everyone else up?
He had to save.
Yeah, so he kind of would have felt something trying to affect his mind, right?
Oh, okay, so it wouldn't have just been like,
No,
I
you
would have known
resisted
that
the
there's
attack.
something up. Okay.
Fortunately, that short sword does not hit, as these things are just spread out amongst all 4 of you. You go swinging in, it's hard not to hit the other members of your party. Milo, on the other hand, is enjoying himself as he bites and mangles each of these. Actually, the claw will miss it too, so it's just the bite. 7 on that. If there's nothing else, it goes to Darius.
All right. know if I'll be able to pull him out of this because I've never seen this thing before in my life. So I'm just going to try and cut into this thing again since my first swing seemed to be helpful. I'll use my channel divinity.
Oh shit! Sorry, the cube did not go because I never added it. My bad.
Okay.
It's supposed to go at 19.
Such a piece of shit, man.
Oh,
I mean,
sorry. Technically, it's supposed to go at 15 because it's got a -4 dex. But it's just.
I mean, if it
not
wants to just pass its turn, I'm fine with that.
Something tells me that we're not going to see it pass its turn then.
What's your dex, Ivrak?
It's only 10.
Still more than a -4.
Yeah, it's not 2 ties.
Yeah,
so
that's true. I'm not sure why I had to ask. So he's after you, for what it's worth. So on this thing's turn, as it begins just slogging its way over, and then you feel this the crushing weight of this substance and the acidic nature start to just pile in on you. Takes 66 acid damage at the start of the cube's turn. Cool.
Whoa.
Adam?
You don't want to stay in the cube. It gets real bad at the start of it. The cube's turn.
Was that 66
3
or
damage.
66?
6d6.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I thought you said 66.
Which is still
That's what I
20
thought.
damage as this.
Still not good.
Yeah.
Enjoy your week of down, and then.
Still. I can probably take another one. Probably.
You sound like someone at like the end of a night out, who like completely has misjudged their ability to do shots.
Yeah, Darius, you're just watching Emin seize up. You can see his skin noticeably starting to flake off, adding to the discoloration of this cube. It's gross. It's actually becoming more and more visible as his color is being added
Bits
to
of
it.
skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just... It's like tint. Not that this should be an issue, but Darius, I need you to make a strength check as this thing just comes sloshing over you. Yeah, no problem at all. You simply I think you're just pushed back.
Wow. Like that?
Yeah. So, as this thing comes over to you, just carving away at it, backtracking before it can get to you. That's it for the ooze. So whoever was after that, I tried to
It was on Darius, I think. But Darius or Asher. Probably Asher first, right?
Asher already did this turn because we backtracked. So.
Yeah. So I think it's
So,
my turn.
Darius, yeah.
Okay. As I'm like backing up, I'm like slashing at it as I'm retreating.
Well, Darius, you already attacked.
Yeah.
I mean, I see you going the.
But I mean, we're backtracking a lot here, and I'll keep the first one. That's fine. But
They both hit, so it's gonna be
and, I would like to
AC
smite it on the
6.
second one.
You doing a level 1 or a level 2?
Another what?
Level 1 or 2.
Level 1.
Yeah, choose level 2.
Level 1.
So it's 2d8 extra damage.
Okay, so
Not bad.
as you kind of go, I gotta move it up still, but just swinging into it, you see pieces of this goo flinged off towards the wall, which immediately just begins to dissolve itself. So it is 5, 6, and 10, 21 total.
Oh, need to do something as well. I passed my wisdom save, by the way, against the end of turn of confusion, by the way. So.
Okay.
I'm trying to attack areas close to Emin to like try and chop him out.
Just keeps falling back up
but
around it.
refraction is your enemy here, and you accidentally lop off his arm.
He
Okay.
looks deeper than he is.
It is
Damn
on-
liquids.
It is on to, oops, skipped you, but it's on to Tom, who I believe needs to roll a d10.
Blow is good, right?
You were moving in a random direction.
Nah, it's not good.
So just roll a d12 and we'll do this clockwise. We'll do this clockwise. So, well, yeah. Well, while the rats are just swarming on everyone, Asher and Avrak, who's now out of the confusion, you just watch Tom turn around, look at the wall, and just start bashing his head into it for no reason at all.
Yeah, my axe is just sort of stuck in the wall right now, and I'm just sort of wrenching. I'm like,
Then you can take another wisdom save at the end of your turn.
Alright, great.
Come on, Tom.
oh, bless, don't worry.
That's a good point, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Well, not gonna help.
Doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
The concussion that you've just added is only, yeah.
It's terrible. Okay.
And I believe it's on to the rats, who, as they just continue to swarm around the area, I think they're gonna dominate old Milo there, or attempt to.
Bloody rats.
Because these
The
rats,
police.
the rats have an 8th level spell. Why not?
That's
right.
crazy.
What?
Wisdom save on Milo, please.
Yeah.
Ooh, Milo's too busy enjoying
having a
himself.
good day today.
Yeah, you watch a
Fuck you,
majority of
fine
these, majority of these rats suddenly just kind of swarm directly around Milo. Again, you see these brains take on this transparent sheen and glow, different color this time. Milo, for a second, kind of pauses, but then immediately just pounces back down into them, having not fallen sway to their bullshit. Emin,
He's got
your
that
turn.
t-shirt already.
Okay, so it's a strength check to break out.
I sure did.
And it's not disadvantage, right? That's just attack disadvantage.
Correct.
And bless doesn't help me here, does it? Because it's a check,
it's a
not
check.
a save.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's saving throws.
I'm not sure if it's better to try and break out or just keep attacking and getting Darius to attack as well and try and chop it up.
I actually don't know how many hit points the gelatinous cube has, so I don't know.
Because I want a -1, probably. No, I'm going to try and bust out.
I think that's probably the wise move. I think any damage you're going to do is pretty much negligible.
6, so I sit there doing nothing.
Yeah, you try to swim, tear your way out, but I mean, you're swimming through jello, and you're getting nowhere fast. And it's bad.
I move
and it's,
slightly more towards the center.
yeah, yeah. The skeletons have inadvertently, and not by their own decision, their hands have kind of grasped around you as they're floating, and they're sort of helping restrain you. Ivrak.
All right, so wrenching the axe from the wall, I bring it like straight down on the hole with an explosion of green fire, causing quite a bit of damage. And if there's any underneath, they're going to take 10.
Oh, nice damage.
Jeez.
Yeah. So 18 on the ones on top, and I would like a concentration check for confusion. So I would not like to be stabbed in the back by Tom.
No, we don't.
For Tom's sake.
I don't think he'd stab you in the back as much as he would just like run in and headbutt you.
With his
Which
sword.
they will pass.
That's a pass.
Fortunately, I mean, as much as you cleave through one, fire erupting and consuming a few others, This the collective quantity of them makes it no issue maintaining.
66.
I don't think I'll get put out from this one.
Oh yes, it is on the cube. Who just, as you try to move out, as the skeletons grab at you, you're dissolving.
Yep.
Another 20.
Ooh.
I'm still conscious. I'm going to go down next round though.
Yeah.
Those are some not bad damage rules. I mean, it could be a lot worse.
You got the exact average, mind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
21.
When it gets up to 6 dice.
At any rate,
pretty much always
as this thing is just consuming Emin, Darius, you're moving up, cleaving into it, you see it suddenly kind of alter its shape, rise up, almost cylindrical as part of it, just hammers down onto you rather than trying to directly consume you.
I raise my shield in an attempt to block.
Does miss. You managed to just get out of the way. It's slow moving, luckily. I think that's all it can do. Can't move into your space unless it engulfs. So that's
I'll get you out of there.
takes it to Asher.
So I'm going to go for the same again. I'm going to Hunter's Mark them as well.
I love it. Tom's reactions there.
Did 10 hit these rats?
10 does not hit these rats. The 19 will, but unfortunately, again, as you go whack-a-moling in with your short sword, you're only able to get a couple of them. There's just so many there that it's not terribly effective. But with that Hunter's Mark, you manage to kind of scrape across and just cleave through a couple extra on the pullback swing. So it's 3 and 2, and it goes to Darius.
It's under the concentration.
Yeah, kind of check on the right.
Oh, yes, yes. I suppose.
Watch this work though, right? 10 damage.
Probably.
It's like,
I mean,
oh shit, no.
They're all the same. They're all the same DC. We're not doing enough damage to make hard DC.
It's not even 10 damage. Gucci.
What am I thinking?
Plus
Tie.
0
Bad.
as
This is
well.
bad.
Rock them.
Yeah.
0.
Damn.
Do you know who I am? All right.
No,
Darius.
7s or 8s.
Come on, Darius, save me.
I'm going to try.
Gonna fail.
I'd like to create a spiritual weapon as a bonus action in the shape of this large bludgeoning shield with an emblazoned hammer symbol on the front of it that rushes forward to try and smush this thing against the wall.
Go ahead and roll the attack. Definitely gonna hit. 8 force.
That might actually hit.
Oh no, it does.
And
It's
I-
AC 6.
Yeah.
It's very
What does
difficult.
this AC?
6.
So
You have
it's one
to.
health.
6?
You have to roll like a 1 to
Ty,
fucking
you
miss
muted.
this.
Ty, you muted.
Oh, 6. Sorry. I forgot that I put myself on push to talk because I was coughing so much earlier. Forgot to put myself on. Yeah, you have to pretty much roll a 1 to miss this thing.
6 AC.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And at the same time, I'll go at it with my sword, if that's possible as well.
Absolutely.
Wondrous.
2 more hits.
2 more hits. So we got a total of, what is that, 25?
25.
All right. This hammer just comes warping out of the wall on the other side of this causeway, slams straight into this thing, kind of cascading out the other side. You see a large portion of it just splattered against the wall. You simultaneously go cleaving in with your sword. Does 25, but it is still up. In fact, it's looking fairly well off. I mean, you've got large portions of it's carved away at now, but
Doesn't look like it's falling to pieces.
it's not
It
quite
just
falling to
reduces
pieces.
density and
And it looks like he's going to pieces at this
Yes,
point.
yes.
Tom, you want to roll me that d10?
Oh no. Alright.
Tom's gonna stab someone in the back
As
with
I
one
attempt
shot.
to scroll up and
Okay.
see this.
So nothing happens basically, I think.
I think.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, you just stand there in your concussive state, staring blankly at the wall that you've just walked
His
into.
head resting against the wall.
Contemplating your life decisions.
God.
Wow.
bloody hell. This isn't even his fucking stats. This is just bad.
This was not meant to be a deadly encounter by any means, but
There we go.
wow, what can they do? I thought they'd be dead by now.
Ty, did you capture your crits?
Let's see here.
Could
I've got a good nibble attack time.
I borrow another crits to escape with?
I didn't buy any crits for this
It's gonna
session.
cost you.
Do they even have? Oh, they do have a bite attack.
Of course I do. It's a swarm of rats.
Yeah, I mean, I think they can only cast those once a day. Otherwise, it'd be outrageous, right?
Yeah, I think so. That's up.
Let me double check that real quick because it doesn't say that on my sheet.
Just 2 level 8 spells, that's fine.
I mean, I'm assuming it's once per day, but we're gonna find out.
I got my here. I'm just gonna check the spoilers.
Because I don't trust Shapesheet at all.
I didn't just roll 120. Their SRD is not a 1-for-1 copy of the.
I mean, this isn't in the SRD, so it's
Uh,
purely
one a
Shapesheet.
day infuse to dominate monster.
Yeah, there it is. The other ones are at will.
And language.
Yeah, I got it up. So, the bigger problem is that damage resistance for you guys. So, yeah, they're biting in.
Chomp chomp.
Who are they biting into? Because it's going into Ifrak.
Poor them.
Not quite. It doesn't matter. Damn that damage, though. All right, yeah. I mean, as they continue just swarming, you now snapped out of it, managed to just swing at them. This flaming, still kind of just embers flaring off the sword, keeping them at bay. That's it for them. Emin, how you doing? How you doing over there?
Whew.
Doing all right?
Not good.
You
not
sure?
Good. Pretty sure.
Can I interest you in a gelatinous cube?
I'm very interested in the gelatinous cube, I'll put it that way. You said it's
Drill
not
into
look,
that.
it's You said it's not looking particularly hurt.
There's large pieces that have just been like flung off in directions. It's definitely smaller than it was when you entered it, but
Not falling.
it's not you.
I'm gonna try and break out again then.
It's fair. Hey, that'll
Yay.
do it. As you finally, as Darius kind of cleaves this temporary just hole out, you manage to just use that opportunity to. It's like you're being birthed. It's
Just plop out onto the floor.
yeah,
Like the scene in Ace Ventura.
exactly. Yeah. In fact, we'll just say that the gelatinous cube takes the form of a rhino as you just propel yourself out of its asshole, and that's your action. Any bonus action?
No.
As a
I
bonus
don't
attack, I'd like to
really
let Darius die.
Or you could. You also have your movement technically.
Yeah, but I don't want to take an opportunity attack.
Fair enough. Vrok.
Oh, do I?
Do you?
Because- Well, I've got a decent
you
chance
do.
of it missing, and it could just swarm me again. So yeah, I think I am going to move. I'll take it.
Nope.
Yeah,
Miss.
it's a miss.
Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing then, just bringing down the axe like a pickaxe just onto the hole and shooting a big old arc of flame. Use saving face to add at least 3 to that, so that's gonna make it a 13 to hit.
Which 13 will hit, and that's going to be 6 plus the 4 from the fire, 10 total.
And 5 on anything else which is nearby. So that's another con save for confusion. Come on, Tom. Come.
No!
Yeah!
That's all I
and
got this time.
I assume I don't have a torch anymore, Ty.
Yeah, no, that was extinguished and dissolved immediately. Let me pull that off of you. It flickered for a moment on the insides of this cube, making this nice little
I
box of
can't
light.
see the light from Darius for some reason. I don't know why.
That's not have sight.
No, he's right opposite me. There
I
we
mean,
go.
he's
There
not really. He's not holding a torch anyway. He's got a sword and a shield out.
It dropped it somewhere on the floor, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, Darius was... oh, shit. Darius was pretty much where the cube was, which means that has been run over. So there is no torch there.
Oh man.
Good.
Oh, fuck.
Goodbye, vision. Yeah, that gelatinous cube would have ran over the last turn.
Man.
So you managed to like pull yourself out, but you were in darkness. The only light kind of coming from
There's a light coming out the
Tom.
corridor.
Yeah. And it's on to Senor Cube, who I need to look at, see how he would react. They're not.
How does the
smart.
cube see?
Exactly. Well, they have blind sight.
Blind
That's not.
sight.
That's not a problem, sir. I'm just saying who it would go after.
It depends what its range on its sight is, if it can see me or not.
Oh, I mean, it can.
Yeah, it's got that much
But it's
blind
not
sight.
that smart, is the thing. Oh, actually, it doesn't matter. Darius, you were talking, can't hear you, but give me an insight.
Whoops. Insight. All right. I'm supposedly good at this.
Yeah, pretty good.
So you, as Emin kind of slips out the back, birthed from the backside of her, you're not really sure if the backside, but this cube,
Not on my side, at least.
you see this thing previously kind of lurching over you in this obtuse form, suddenly warp back down into a cube. It kind of shuffles to move around you, but then suddenly kind of retracts itself and does start moving towards Emin.
Yay!
Do I get an attack of opportunity, or I can't see it at all?
You get one but disadvantage?
Yeah,
I
you'd have
assume?
disadvantage,
Go.
especially since it's moving into the light.
Yeah.
11 hits.
Yeah,
enough.
which will hit for a whopping 4.
Oh yeah.
Better
Big
than
number.
nothing.
Big number.
Can it reach you?
Oh, I did not think it could move that far.
Just good.
But wait,
Everything's going on.
but wait, there's more. So in addition to its regular move, the engulf comes with a move.
Oh my.
I need to
Or I
take a
get another
strength
dex
saving.
save.
You do need to take a dex save. Oh,
man.
Billy Mays
I've
here
got
with
my
another
sword.
fantastic product.
Oh,
Yeah, and a D4 on
Yeah.
that as well.
And yeah, it is DC 12. So no matter what you roll, that.
Yeah, 17.
Oh, you had a 16. How's it going to be 11? Yeah, this time you were far more prepared as this thing comes.
Nope.
You
No.
you see it just moving along the light, and oh, you're coming to the edge there. You get so this thing technically goes on top of you. Oh, fucking work.
Oh, it does actually move on top of me.
It moves on top of you, but then you get pushed out 5 feet. Which direction would you like to go? You get to pick.
Back towards Darius.
Pretty sure that's how that works. And it goes to Asher.
Like Matrix along the wall as it goes past you.
I am going to do the same again as last time.
Oh, okay. So I guess technically you can't go through it. You have to be pushed back or to either side, because technically the cube isn't 360. You can't be pushed through it.
Right. I can't see Ty, so put me where I end up.
Well, you see, there's a drain there. That's the problem. So you're going to the sea, Emmond. I'm afraid.
roll me
Uh,
we'll roll me a D2. We'll leave it to chance.
A 2.
I didn't actually decide which one was which, so.
Dude, high numbers are good, so the better position.
That makes sense to me.
Sure, yeah, we'll go with that. Why not? So you you kind of just backstep far enough. You start to feel your heel kind of reach the edge of this platform overlooking the dip into the sewer drain, and you stop there. But I mean, you were in darkness, and this thing is looming over you. And okay, so Asher, you came in with the
With 36 damage on those fucking cranium rats.
who are yeah, super dead now. As you just go cleaving in with a short sword, Milo pouncing on them and tearing what's left to pieces, managing to just rid yourselves of every last one of those things. Milo just continuing to go down into him, going to town, feasting. You kind of have to smack him off so that he doesn't devour the tails of these creatures that are so essential to your loot. But we are still in combat though. Anything from you, Asher?
I guess.
You guys are totally oblivious to what's going on up there.
Right, we're just like,
I think I would be wondering where
there's-
Eamon is at this point, so I'm going to start wandering
Emin would
back
have been
up.
screaming as soon as he got birthed out of that cube.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. But it's just amazing what's going on in the background of you guys as this cube is just vaulting back and forth.
oh yeah. Absolutely. Like, if this is a film, right, the director would have taken the shot from, like, past us, and then in the background,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and shooting across with goop. And this cube just
Oh,
slides
man.
in the background where it's like,
Yeah, it's literally hopping.
Set to Benny Hill music.
Yeah.
that's not making cheap.
Yeah, so Asher, as you come running out, you still have your torch in hand, short sword in the other. You see illuminated this massive square goop just towering in over old Emin there. You do immediately see the skeletons floating amidst this goop as well, kind of alerting you to what the.
Emin is looking rough as fuck.
Crazy skeleton magic this way, Tom and Ivrook.
Tom just like what?
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 Oh my head.
And it's on to Darius.
Can I see Asher's torchlight?
You should be able to.
I
Can't.
think there's something on with not being able to see each other's light.
Oh, I know what's
Yeah.
going on. I got it. I accidentally turned off. You can see it, right, Emin?
I can see it, yeah.
Okay.
I can see my own light now, I think. Yeah.
You-
No, I should not have one.
Okay, now we're good.
There we go. I see Asher's approach. Asher, help save Emin. His skin's flayed off. Thing's torn into pieces. And I'm gonna send my hammer howling after this thing through the air.
definitely gonna hit 19 for 7.
As I come in to try and hack away at it again as well.
8, 15, and 22. Alright, so this time as you start just reeling into it, you manage to just completely sever large chunks of it off the corners and the main heft of it. Now it's starting to look a lot less compacted. You see it visibly trying to retether itself together in certain areas, but it is pieces of the skeleton are now like sticking out where most of this goo has been upheaved and dislodged, and if there's nothing else, it goes to Tom.
Sava's gonna shake off his head because it hurts for some reason. He has no idea why. And he's still looking forward, and he hears all this commotion in the background. So he kind of turns around and sees Darius hacking at the air. And he's like, what the? So he's gonna like walk slowly out and see. And he's gonna be like, holy hell! And he's like, he's gonna walk up here and throw his last 2 daggers at disadvantage. So 19 and 25.
That's with disadvantage, ladies and gentlemen.
Yikes. So what is that? 20.
Wait, should that be two daggers? Not
Oh
three?
yeah, you accidentally threw it 3 times. Well,
Huh?
you
Oh.
accidentally threw 3 there.
Oh, so 18 and 19.
Still 20
Well,
damage there. That's
yeah.
no big deal.
Yeah.
27 now.
Wouldn't that be a disadvantage because of his sword?
Oh yes.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
so it's
right.
just that 20.
Oh, wait, let me roll the bless.
Oh, it's,
Oh no, what am I talking about? Yeah, it's a cube. Don't confuse
Oh,
me,
yeah.
Phil. I was gonna say.
27. No problemo.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm out there.
So yeah, you chuck both daggers. They immediately go slicing across the top. You see this long strip flop to the ground, start sizzling as the stonework is completely just dissolved away. It is still up, but I mean it is just this strange gangly mass now.
That's
And
it.
goes to Emin.
I'll give it a stab. 7 damage.
And with that stab, as you go reeling in and wrench it out the side, you see this thing kind of just convulse and then erupt into a puddle. It seems to pour off into the sewer. You see the water steam up. The entirety of this ground here is dissolved away. The skeletons fall to the ground, as do the pieces of acidically rusted sword, bow, and this nice pair of boots.
Are you alright?
No, not particularly.
Your skin's falling off on the sides. Oh.
I feel like I've been set on fire.
I told you not to touch the black magic.
I didn't. The black magic came and touched me.
Oh, get up. We're not done here yet. And as I kind of like give him a hand to get up, we use lay on hands to heal him for 10.
Thank you.
This is why I stick to ships.
I'll throw some healing your way as well, Emin.
Oh, thank you.
Like to pick up the shoes as well, I guess.
You killed many tails back here. That was a good roll. That was good.
How's it
I'm
go?
up to, I'm up to half now.
Knitting a little bit.
Ty, how many rat's tails do I manage to get?
Roll me another 2d20. Another 15.
Oh.
Good roll.
Nice.
Swarm of 1.
Above average.
Yeah.
Is that above average?
You say above average. It's not above average.
20 would be average for
22
2d20.
is average.
Oh yeah.
21
Yeah,
is
no,
average.
yeah, no, yeah, you're right.
You're a fucking physicist, man. You can't even do.
Yeah. I was thinking 2d10 for some reason.
Yeah, unfortunately, you imagine there's quite a few more. You've definitely killed more than that, but Milo has sneakily consumed some of them. The fire.
Suck him in like spaghetti.
Yeah. You look at him and there's just the last remnants of a tail gets slurped away. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, if we could have a look at those boots and see what they're all about.
They are polished clean. Whatever grime they had out on this cube dissolved away, but the material itself is in fine condition.
Interesting. Seems the acid didn't affect this.
Would it be common knowledge that magic items are really hard to destroy?
Yeah, I would say that's pretty common knowledge.
Boots probably do something or other. But I'll be damned if I know what it is.
I'll second that.
Ivrook. What we have here, they'll either...
Why would I?
I don't know, magic items.
No.
I don't think I know too much about detecting what traits these boots might have, if any.
We'll have to find... Well, either we just try them and hope that they don't do something bad, or we find someone who can tell us when we get out of here.
Maybe somebody in the town can.
I imagine so, for a price.
Well, we have taken many tails here, so a price is no problem.
We
Right.
still haven't seen the big thing that you said you saw, though, Ivrook.
Yeah, I can't see it anywhere.
That hallway you all went down, does that end? Or does it keep on going?
It joins up with your passage.
Oh, we're
And then
found
I come around the corner back up to the other side. So.
I see.
And it looks like a dead end on the left as well. It is not the way we need to go. Not unless you want to go down a pipe.
There was a corridor that led further on that we didn't go down before, I recall correctly.
Yeah, the one where I found the body, that one has another passage and a hole in the ground.
Well, let's head that way then.
We could potentially get
one you
Milo
did,
down
yeah.
one of them.
What was that, Asher?
We could potentially get Milo down one of them, have a look around.
Oh, do you want Milo to crawl through this filth?
Oh, you've
I
seen
was
the cards
thinking.
at
I was
play?
thinking about the places the rats were coming from.
Oh, I see.
You guys actually, I mean, as you move back to that hole where the cranium rats came from, it's similarly sized to the other one, 4 or 5 feet, but just about any of you could actually fit through. It'd be a tight squeeze, but
But Milo
He
can move through
tempted.
it fairly easily, right?
yeah, I mean, he's medium as well, so it's the same for anyone.
Alright, well, back to that, buddy.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't
and it's worth
particularly like the
noting
idea of
since
climbing through holes.
Since I'm assuming Ivrock or someone would have checked, but the hole goes kind of this way.
And I'd like to take out another torch and light it up.
Yeah, ditto.
The place where I saw the other hole, it's down here, but you could not find a way across. Hop over again.
Oh, no, I mean back where we encountered the first set of rats. There was another passage going that way, wasn't there? There's a passage
no,
to
I
the
didn't.
north.
Up there, up north, yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Ty, was the trapdoor at the end of this room that I'm currently looking down, was that above?
Yeah, it's up in the ceiling.
There is a trapdoor at the end of this room, guys. I don't know exactly where it goes to, but
We could check it
something I
out.
saw earlier on.
No.
Probably leads up into the city somewhere.
If it's up
Yeah.
to the city, it's down. It's worth checking.
Well, it goes up, but it's like, would it be a shop? No?
Can we see? I'm assuming the trapdoor's closed.
It is closed, yeah. It's about 15 feet up, too. And like I said, the ladder here is just broken and just assembled on the ground below.
I put my axe across my back into the sheath, and I I'm going to lift you up there.
Who's
You could lift me up
Just
to.
to the trapdoor. I mean, you're very small.
Yeah. Let's go for it.
Yeah. So I have my hands for him to step into, and then I lift him gradually right above my head.
As he lifts you and you kind of prod at the door, and you see it is completely barred from the other side. You try as hard as you can to wedge it, but you can see, just looking through the planks of the wood, this barely visible light, there appears to be metal bars stripped across it, perpendicular to the wood of the trapdoor.
Can I hear anything on the other side?
Give me a perception. You can indeed. In fact, as you listen and kind of hush everyone else, putting your ear to it, you hear a large series of voices. It's hard to make out any particular conversation, but it sounds like various notions of kind of prayer, conversation, and whatnot. You gather pretty quickly that this is likely leading up to the temple, or one of the temples of the city.
the other person the barkeep told us about was a healer, right? So it's probably her temple. Who's having to
No, he said that she had her own shop. She had an alchemy
Oh,
shop.
okay.
Shop.
So I think we're underneath a temple from what I can hear on the other side, but the door's fairly solidly locked.
Well, at least we know nothing's going to come down behind us here then.
Right. No rats either.
If we can't find the source of it down here, it seems like they've locked this door for a reason. If we don't find any, head into the temple in the city. They might have some information for us.
Bad idea.
Yeah, let's hunt down those big things first, though.
So I slowly lift Asher down so that he can step off.
As Evrok begins to kind of lift you down, as you pull your attention away from that, you see this sudden kind of just blue streak of light, small, this glimmer up from the top corner of the ceiling. It lasts only a second. You're the only one that notices it. As you pull back down, looking up at it, it's gone.
None of you guys saw that, right? That blue light just
What?
over there.
No.
There was a blue
No.
light corner of the room. No?
I mean, I wasn't looking at the corner of the room.
I've got no idea what it was, but I definitely saw something over there.
Some sort of magic?
I've got absolutely no idea. Do I see any movement around in that area, or?
No movement.
I take the axe and I lift it up and I start scratching the corner where he's saying with the tip. Anything?
It scrapes against the wood, or not the wood, the stone. Pieces of it come crumbling down. There doesn't appear to be anything. As you pull it away, though, you see, only for the briefest second, what looks to be this sort of transparent disc, completely see-through except for this slight glimmer as you pull the axe away from it. Then it goes back to nothing visible.
Do you know what that was?
Not my area.
No idea.
Yes, it'd be useful if our mage hadn't got himself killed.
How did your mage get himself killed?
A
You lot have the magic.
rather unfortunate series of events.
Hmm.
He,
Unfortunate.
there was a.
Reese is dead.
We'll discuss it later when we've got time. Let's focus on the rats for now.
I agree.
As you say this, there's this sudden scream that erupts from throughout. You're not sure where. It seems to echo throughout all of the corridors, eventually reaching your ears. It's cut off immediately. Suddenly ends.
Perhaps with a bit more speed this time.
Yes, if you don't mind, I'm going to stick in the middle of the group now. I don't particularly want to get hit again.
Is that right? Ivrik, take the lead. I'll cover our flank.
I notice you often take covering the flank.
If you want to be my guest, I'd prefer to lead, but got some people looking a bit shaky on their legs.
As I go past this thing, I like strike my my axe across the floor and fling it up, and the green flame just goes across into the nest just in case.
Lights up, smoldering. It's this putrid, foul scent that emerges from it, but it lights.
Just want to make sure nothing went back nesting. That was all. So yeah, so I just like it like a flint, just and create the flame, and then carry on walking. Don't even like stop as I go.
As you start making your way along this corridor, waiting for everyone to catch back up, you hear this.
We all hear that?
Oh, you all hear it. As soon as you guys walk into this long walkway, you hear it. You stop for a second, and it simply continues. Seemingly picking up pace.
Do we have any idea what it is?
Which direction you think that's coming from?
Avrak, give me a perception. The further you move up, the louder and louder it seems to get. In addition to picking up in pace. As you reach this middle point, it is now incredibly loud in your ear. What is everyone else doing?
Do I see anything around here? Like if I go into this alcove and go down and look down at the grates?
Oh shit, fuck. Roll 20. Yeah, as you turn around into this small alcove, seeing the grate, looking down, you can see this. Actually, it's quite hard. You pull the torch over it, and there's no light that seems to seep through, but you hear this clicking sound reach a crescendo, and suddenly, from beneath the plates, you see this shifting of movement as one plate underneath sweeps out of view, and all of a sudden this green noxious vapor starts flowing out. I need everyone to make a... Or not everyone.
It's gonna be a combo.
Asher, Tom, and Ivrak at the moment, as this just comes sweeping into the corridor, immediately filling it up.
That is a con save, right? You didn't.
Yeah, con save.
Oh.
Ooh.
And Tom Solid. The two of you, I mean, Tom, you're on the outskirts. You managed to get away just in time. If Rookie in point blank range, you managed to cover up your face. But Asher, you're completely overtaken by this. The fumes, you inhale them, and immediately you feel your body start to just give way. You're currently poisoned. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy. Okay.
But I have a
Annoyingly, on that point as well, guys, I am going to have to shoot.
Alright, no worries. I think I actually have access to your sheet 'cause I've been seeing some light I should have been able to see, so I can roll some attacks for you. Oh no, I don't, I just have Milo's.
I'll give you access, it's fine.
Okay, cool. Right, use this sword, you're more than capable. Enjoy, guys, and I will catch you in a bit.
Yes, sweet.
See you next time,
Take
Aaron.
care.
Could you initiative in 5 temporary hit points?
I would not like the temporary hit points.
You
so
wouldn't? Oh, okay. So,
I've
oh,
got
because you've
10
got,
already.
is that still up? Is
There's an hour.
Anurag that's still up? Yeah, okay.
Okay, so as this noxious vapor comes just flowing out from this grate, you hear simultaneously as the clicking stops with the sliding of that under kind of this platform, this cover. You hear just coming from the far end of the corridor as well. And I need to roll initiative for my boy. Oh, he's the very last. Which means
Oh, no.
Darius is first.
That's okay.
Alright.
I'm alright with that.
I'd like to divine sense the area.
There, to your sense, as you kind of just stand there, the gas still coming towards you, but you take a moment and there's no sign of any celestial fiend, undead.
Okay. And it looks like this poison cloud is expanding.
Oh, it is most definitely expanding. I mean, you can see through it where the grate is. It is still just pouring out, getting larger and larger as it begins to fill the entirety of this hall.
Alright. Gonna move back this way. And
Can we see through this cloud tie, or is it blocking sight?
It's obscuring, but you can see through it.
back this way. I yell alongside Tom, and that's it for my turn. Ready in action if an enemy is close enough to me that appears rat-like in nature,
Oh,
but...
No, you use divine sense.
Oh yeah, that's
an
right.
action.
So, yeah, I just moved back here. That's it.
Okay. Asher is also just moving back,
Indeed.
readying an attack. Tom?
Yeah, Tom is going to pull back a bit, and he's going to prepare his daggers if anything comes within his normal dagger range, so 26.
Alright. Emin?
Yep, same as everyone else. Pull back, ready in action to attack the crossbow.
Ivrok?
He was like ready to step forward, but seeing everyone fall back, he hops to the other side, begins backtracking slowly, his axe crackling with lightning at this point,
Okay.
ready to attack.
Okay. As you go, moving back, axe crackling, everyone kind of converging on the far end, you hear this as something sloshes, falls, breaks off into the water, gets louder and louder, and simultaneously the cloud begins to expand. And Unfortunately, I need Evrock and Tom to make saves again.
Oh man. Okay.
Uh-oh.
I'm terribly worried I got a +6.
Ooh, failed that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. As this just expands at a pretty rapid pace, just pouring up from that grate. Evrock, you're fine. Tom, you're back at home. You don't feel right unless you're poisoned, so now you're poisoned.
Sure.
Because you're just a condition magnet. And Darius, it's on you.
Alright. Since I don't want to wade through all this water, I'm gonna hop back across, shimmy past Milo, and get over here to this room. Okay, it's taking a dash to get over here. And that's it for my turn.
Sorry, and I actually just decided not to move this thing. So, I'll actually wait for what it's worth.
Oh, well, it's getting shot.
I said it moved, and then I just didn't move it because I'm awesome. It's going to be a disadvantage shooting through the cloud. To be 15, 14, both miss, as does that longbow.
Can I see it? 'Cause I
Oh,
can't
it's,
see token.
if it's light obscurement, it just gives you partial cover, half cover.
Oh yes, okay, you're right. So only the 20 will hit.
I didn't do what I needed.
Yeah. Can I see it as well? Because I can't see a token.
Oh, actually, sorry. I need to turn his sheet on to roll 2. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He actually got an 18 because he had advantage on his first attack.
No, you cannot, Evan. Only if you can actually see it.
What's it, sorry?
An 18 will miss.
Okay.
So, as those of you, actually, I don't even think Asher can see it. So, Asher could not shoot. Pretty sure you and Tom are the only ones that can actually see it. So, Darius, you moved back. Asher's turn.
So Asher can't see. He's gonna move back, I guess. He's gonna go back into this room where Darius is from.
Can you guys do Control L to see just those tokens? I'm not sure if that's a DM only thing.
Doesn't do anything to me. No.
Bummer. Okay. Comes
Yeah.
moving.
So Milo is just stalking around. They're always holding actions and all that jazz. Shots and attacks. That's done.
Tom.
Tom continues to fall back. And he's going to he's gonna attempt to throw out his torch and attempt to hide.
Alright, Emin.
Yep. I'm gonna run back into the room with everyone else.
Fine.
Nicely done.
Would I need to dash for that? No, I'm okay. Already in action to attack as well.
Ivrock.
So Ivaruk is going to attack, and I'm going to attempt to burn away some of the gas with a second level burning hands.
Am I still poisoned, by the way? Sorry.
You are. Last minute.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, the axe just comes swinging out, and there's this huge cone of flame comes pouring into the gas. Does it do anything to evade it? Does it burn away?
Oh, it ignites immediately.
Excellent. That's what I want.
Roll me.
That's why I stepped out of that shit.
Let's see. Roll me 66. Uh-oh. Do we lose 2 people on a pier? The fuck?
Well, you lost Asher, obviously. So
He wasn't
I
ever
think
in
we
it.
lost Wobby. Oh, of course, it's you. So Wobby and Noya then.
Wow.
Okay, 18 damage as this fire hits it, ignites, cascading down the entirety of the chamber. You see this creature just lit up as the flame cascades over him, singeing and searing away at his this ratted, matted fur, and yeah, 18 damage.
I fucking step forward towards that and just pound my chest at that fucking thing and roar down the corridor into its face.
All right. Oops, Darius. Oh no, it's turn. Why is he not up on the initiative? He rolled a whopping 3.
Superb.
Is it currently my turn?
No, it's on this thing's turn. So the hallway now clear this smoke, although it is beginning to sort of just pour back up out of the last remnants of it still coming out. Yeah, you see this thing just come forward as he takes this one actual claw around to the grate and just pull off half of it entirely with just relative ease. Pulls himself out through the other side and it's stopping right there. Now it's Darius.
Noya, you're muted if you're trying to speak on Discord. You can't, you've used... Oh, sorry, no,
You used 10 on me, yeah.
I used 10, yeah. I used all of you. Yeah.
Okay. So, moving that poison from Tom, goes to Asher.
Asher can't see anything that's going on, so he is probably going to stay in there because everything just exploded. He's going to be waiting for the things to come.
Yeah, we heard the big whoosh of flame, right, and everything.
The
fire.
Kaboom.
Yeah.
Was it an explosion or was it a burn?
Oh, it was an explosion.
All right. So Tom.
Tom is going to step further back into the room. There. He's going to try to get a better stealth roll this time. He does have disadvantage. Still not great.
Not poison.
You're not poisoned anymore.
Darius
But
got rid of
still.
your poison.
Still not great.
No.
And he's going to ready an action if something comes within his dagger range. That's it.
Oh yeah.
Tell you now it's broken up.
Your stealth is broken, Tom. It's only giving you 4 for expertise. Should be 6.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
It hasn't updated when we got to level 5. It did this for me for something as well.
Oh.
How did you fix it, Phil?
You just need to go into edit mode and just like replace one of your attributes and just type it in again, and they'll work fine. Any change to the sheet with your stats will recalculate your skills, so don't worry about it.
So it's actually a 14, your stealth.
Okay, 14.
All right. Emin.
Emin's going to creep up to the edge and just peek around the corner and see what he can see.
As you peek around, you immediately see this large abomination of a creature. Yeah, I mean, as you peer at it, you see it clearly has this almost way too large head of a rat. The body itself is mostly humanoid, although you see this carved up hand with the cleaver just literally smashed into it. The other one's very clearly a large claw, but it has got matted fur and spikes sticking out of it. It's fairly grotesque. By fairly, I mean very.
So I could see Ivrook from where I was standing before, and he was looking like he was beating his chest, getting ready to charge at that thing, right?
Indeed.
Well then, I'm going to let off a crossbow shot and tell Ivrook to charge.
13 unfortunately misses as he goes soaring in. You see his cleaver comes up, knocks the bolt out of the way. I assume
Ivrook can move half his speed and
Cool.
attack.
So, yeah, I go charging in, as Evan says, and I miss.
and
Oh, that good. Two misses.
he is going to take his opportunity attack, or his reaction attack as you come in as well.
Thanks, Evan.
Hey, it was a choice. You didn't have to.
Oops, sorry.
Sorry, my housemates didn't deem me worthy of the knowledge that we'd be having pest control people here today.
I'd come to take you away.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, tell him. If you hire him up, you guys need all the help you can get.
Right?
What do we think pest control here?
Okay, yeah, this thing.
In here.
Oof. Totally sucks as you come running on. Cleaver sweeps over your head and you very easily duck out of the way of that shit.
That's a lot of fucking damage, though.
Yeah.
Is it now on you?
Like I ignite the blade as I slide underneath his cleaver, and I swing up under his armpit for
It's not nice.
18. It's not at all.
24 hitting for definitely 18 as it just stabs straight up. You see him pull away. Kind of stumbles back into the grate there. The bars. What's left of them anyways. Anything else?
That's it for me. I've got no spells left.
Okay. Furious, angry, you see this thing just come charging back at you, swinging with the cleaver's claws come down, and see final attempt just biting down into you as well. Oh, I have to do these one time anyways. Cleaver.
Ooh.
Cooley takes 10 cold damage. I take, so that's down to 29, 19 for me.
Ooh.
How much is he taking?
That's ooh.
That's not even a quarter of my health.
Yeah, so as this cleaver finally makes contact, exploding with this ice that kind of seeps up his arm, you see him angered at that, but his nose kind of turns back towards you. You can see his nostrils start to flare up as his eyes very greedily sort of gaze at the blood that's now forming along that wound he's just made. He's now swinging with advantage as he goes in with the claw and bite.
Lucky him, right? So it's 20 for the first and 9 for the second.
And I need a Constitution save. Whew, no. Fuck. The claw comes raking down at you, kind of dropping you low. It quickly bites in, tearing away at your shoulder. You can feel this rat disease kind of seeping in, but you quickly green flame that away before it has any chance to actually seep in. And that's it for its turn. Back inside, however, as all of you are kind of waiting, peeing around the corner, trying to figure out what's going on, there's this sudden ruckus from along this hole as two swarms immediately just come pouring out.
Oh no.
Your favorite. Nobody sealed the hole? What are you guys thinking? Rats are coming from the hole? Let's leave it open.
Hey, it's more tails.
It's true. 'Tis more tales.
Got a
Seven
point.
hotels.
All a part of the plan.
I immediately throw daggers.
Fuck that, fuck that, fuck that.
Well, yeah, everyone here has already got ready actions, so before they arrive, Ash will be shooting.
And Milo clawing or biting.
Probably gonna hit. He readied his actions, it's only one shot for him. Milo does not have its attacks on macro.
I didn't read anything because I was curing people.
So yeah, he's going to do his bite and his claw with Asher, so that's another 17 from him. 26 in total on that swarm.
13. And the daggers did how much on this other one?
Probably
Just
about,
one hit, so
14. Yeah.
14, so 7. Oh, don't do this to me, roll 20. You were working smooth. Motherfucker.
Yeah, this rat thing out here is no joke though. It would have dropped anyone else in the party so far.
We heard the sounds of battle coming from where they were coming, right?
Oh, and
Hey.
Evan shouting charge.
Yeah, I mean, you heard the massive explosion, this thing tearing through the gate. Him yelling charge, this thing swinging in, grunting, growling, all that. It's very loud and echoey. So, these swamps. First one going into La Asher.
Ooh.
Oh, whoa, I hit with the swarm. Shit. I didn't even realize I did that
Quite a
much
bit.
damage. What? So, okay, it's just 17. That was a crit. That didn't hit.
Wait, is it
It's above half,
12?
yeah, it is.
Okay, cool.
And the second one going into Darius. Miss no matter who that's going into. Yeah, so these two swarms just erupting all around you guys. That's it for both of them, and it's on Darius. Oh, I also pulled out.
So the one swarm's on my space, right?
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, more or less. It's kind of just between the two of you, small. And these are, as these come out and start just pouncing along you guys, they very clearly have scalps removed, brains out.
I kind of, as I'm like
Delightful.
pulling these things off and glancing around at all these rats, it's time to earn our keep, boys! And I'm gonna bless Emin, Asher, and Tom. Because I think it's only 3.
Alright.
Whoa.
What was that?
Sound like an airplane taking
It
off.
sounds like Phil's new headset hard at work being shit.
I ain't got a new headset.
I thought you did. Did you not get it yet? Or your mic?
No, new mic goes off. I wasn't even touching appearance or Discord, so it wasn't me.
I mean, the sound's coming from you.
Is it still going?
It was. Now it's gone.
Oh.
At any rate. So you're blessing. Anything else?
That's it for me.
Asha. Short swording it up.
Yeah, are you rolling this? If you're calling and stuff?
Yeah, I can.
I'll do it.
Yep. Okay.
Well, we've rolled the exact same thing. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. And that misses.
But he is actually switching his hunter's mark to this creature, so yeah, just also.
And he's blessed if he needs that to hit.
Oh, it could help.
11?
Nope. 11 will not do
Nope.
it.
Well, Milo's going to take his 2 attacks as well, so. He's by 16 more damage from them.
Okay, so he's just kind of really just trying to get out of the way of those rats that are digging into him. Milo pouncing on them, tearing through a good number of them. Tom, it's on you.
All right. Tom is going to do one attack of the sword at Coriel. I think that hits.
Barely, barely.
And then a disadvantaged attack with his rapier. That one doesn't hit.
It was a miss, wasn't it? So.
Indeed, unfortunately, as you carve through a couple with the sword of Coriel, but as you go in with the other, there's this just resistance and hesitation as the weapon in your main hand. You feel this outward vengeful anger just seeping through you, corrupting your mind. It does not hit, but he does take the 3. Oh my god, swarms are ridiculous. They don't care about magical weapons.
And I'm laser focused on that swarm. The sword is like, it must die.
Indeed. Emin.
Okay. Ivrock's looking pretty beat up, right?
I would say so. I mean, you just watched him get clawed, bitten. It's just gruesome.
And the rat thing, it's looking pretty healthy.
It's honestly hard to tell. The way that he's just built as this hybrid of rat and man, and jagged spikes protruding from him, the blood-soaked arm. It's really hard to tell the wounds, but he doesn't seem to care.
I don't think my healing's enough to make a big difference, so I'm just going to do another attack and let Ivrock do an attack as well. Miss again.
Will indeed miss.
Oh, but Ivrock doesn't.
18 from me. It's not the attack that counts, though.
A big spicy 18.
18.
And now it goes to your turn.
That was Great Weapon Master Great Weapon Fighting doing its work there. I'm going to second wind for 4 hit points.
4 whole hit
Better
points.
than nothing.
Oh yeah, better than nothing. And I am going to attack him again with the Green Flame Blade because I can't run away. 19 for 23 more.
With exact damage.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, nice.
As you whip yourself up back, this thing swinging with the cleaver, claws coming down again, you manage to back away, feeling this second wind surge through you, and the flame erupting into green flame.
As the extra attack, he shows me the weakness. I push him back with the attack, and then once he's already against the bars, I do this big jumping strike straight down into the head with the point of the axe.
Okay. Knock him off, slams it back into the grate as he struggles to pull himself up. You see his arm reach around to grab the bars, upheaving them before he has a chance to actually bring it around to swing. You lunge off, bring the blade down as it ruptures in a green flame and severs the head. You see its jaw immediately.
Oh, no. Directly into the head, and I can't even get it out, and it's just still on fire. And it eventually burns out his eyes.
Cracks straight through this elongated rat face and jaw. Skull split most of the way through as you just gonna drop to the ground. Trying to pull it through. We still have combat going on the other side. That's it. It doesn't have its turn because it's dead. Just the rats.
All right.
The rats. Chrome is now suffering from the same problem that I only ever have with Firefox. What? This has got to be caused by something else. Okay, first one to Asher, second one into Tom. It will be half damage on that one, so it's only going to be 6 damage on Asher. There are relatively few. That's it for them, Darius.
Alright. Now I've got that pumping. I go to work with my sword. Attacking the ones that are on Asher currently. That damage.
Two hits though, I think.
Yeah, I think 12 hits.
13 minimum.
Okay, sorry, which you're going to the one between you and Tom?
No, I was going for the one on Asher.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
they definitely both hit because you got flanking, right? With Milo.
Yeah, there's not really flanking on these, but they both hit anyways. 4, 2, and 5. It is still up as you just sliding the sword across the ground, kind of severing multiple of these creatures in half. Yeah, there's relatively few left, but they are still up and kind of just
There's only
maneuvering
like
themselves.
a couple rats left near Asher.
Indeed.
Alright. Yeah, that's it for mine.
Hey, Asha.
Short swords for Asher then. Let's go, miss.
He's got less. He could get it.
He does not.
Does not. Milo, on the other hand,
It's just wrecking him. He's just fucking
saving
shit up
Wow.
left,
the
right, and center.
day. Resistance. There.
If he kills it with a, he's going.
It's
he's
still
chasing
up.
rats everywhere. So he's all over the place.
Fucking go ahead and do your second
Alright.
attack. Second attack should
That
do
is
it.
the second attack.
It's that ridiculous.
So 21 total. He's got 2 attacks already.
Yep. Oh, I didn't see it. Because we're not loading. But that second one will definitely do it as he's tearing into the few that are left. Asher only really misses because he has to get out of the way of Milo. He doesn't even care about the rats at this point.
Aggressively hunting.
Tom.
Alright, Tom is going to do the same sword. That hits. Rapier at disadvantage. Still think that hits, even though I'm going to roll d4 anyway. So, 13.
Indeed, both hitting.
Some nice damage rolls.
For
1 and 32.
32. Spicy as spicy as you just go slicing and dicing your way through these, cutting brains from the tops of their heads, and there's just rat parts flying all over the place as you mow through them in quick succession. Emin.
I'm going to throw out an inspiring cry for Rook because he's looking pretty beat up. Well done, that man! Keep it up! So a d8 plus con plus 2.
I got a fighter hit die.
Oh, you do have a fighter hit die.
So 8 total is that?
And I'll move back into the room with everyone else.
Goes to Vrok.
Iverick is gonna begin beheading the rat this turn. As far as he's
Alright.
concerned, this is the only thing here. He's gonna
Cleaving.
put his foot on the face, wrench the pickaxe-like axe out of the creature's head, and just begin carving into the back of the spine to remove the head.
Give me a perception.
Fittingly poor.
But you do notice as that weapon kind of cleaved into its head, and as you begin to pull it out, although the orbs were black, as you maneuver, wrench the weapon back from the skull, you can see the eyes somehow grow darker, almost as if some sort of light had just left them, even as minuscule as it might have been.
Good shit.
Back up here, this rat swarm's toasty and dead. This one, As Tom is just mowing through them, it immediately kind of splits off, and they start to disperse amongst the larger area of the room. And as they do, the brains, the sheen around them flares up, and I need all 5 of them in that room to give me some wisdom saves.
No.
Yes.
No.
Oh no! Don't. What are you guys doing? What are these rolls?
Yes.
Screw
No.
you, Ty.
I quit. I'm done.
Wow.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Amazing.
I don't like this feeling. Is this how you guys feel when I save everything?
There's this like little sputtering from around the brains, and then just nothing.
I mean,
All rats.
yeah, they effectively, like, you watch the sheen kind of, it sparks up, and you are, at least those who were previously in Asher, Milo, Tom, you're all expecting something to happen, but there's nothing. There's nothing even to resist. The rats kind of stop for a moment, look, and then you watch as about half of them just croak and die as these brains immediately just shrivel in on themselves. Yeah, it's losing half its hit points. And, because that's what happens when you all do things like that. Darius.
Alright, hacking and slashing, finishing them all.
Might as well all just go. Darius, Asher, Tom, and Emin. Why waste time here?
What the?
Because I presume they're
Oh
going...
yeah, hit for once.
They're definitely going to die before it gets... Oh, yeah.
Hey. Lots of damage.
Yeah, so as these rats are just croaking on the spot, you see this look of just kind of confusion. Not even confusion, they just seem almost out of it as they're looking blankly around the area, almost as if that entire spell had backfired on themselves. I mean, everyone just jumps immediately, slashing away this bloody, gruesome scene. Yeah, they're fucking stupid dead. And,
25 tails.
And then, having
25 tails.
now dealt with these, I'm gonna go check out what happened with all that.
You get there just as I begin wrenching the head off of this creature.
Holy shit, I'm getting insane lag.
Holy! What is this thing?
This is the monster I saw before.
I don't think I gave you enough credit. You're quite handy with that blade, huh?
Like, look, isn't he handsome?
I'm sure he has his mother's smile.
As you guys are discussing,
Ooh.
Ivrok, looking directly ahead, kind of, or actually to the left of Darius, you suddenly see this same sort of ethereal sheen, this circular, almost like an orb embedded in the wall that kind of just...
This time I blow that shit with the Eldritch Blast. He's scared of it.
reactionarily just lunges out at it and blasts away a piece of the wall, just shatters in a heap of shrapnel. As the smoke clears and the dust settles, there's still this sheen of light, and that disappears in on itself. As soon as it does, you hear this.
Back, back!
I'm gonna look at Ivrik. What was that thing?
It's a rat.
A rat? It looked like you attacked a ghost.
Oh, that was it's what we saw in the other room. But as this ticking continues, Ivaruk is actually going to carry on going the other way. And he's going to go like down to here, and he's just going to go throw the head down into this sort of area down here, into the sewer, and then walk back. Like just a big overarm swing, just toss it into the middle of the sewer, and then
Lands with a heavy splooshing of water.
yeah, he doesn't even stay to watch it. He just turns around and comes back to join the others, jumping across.
And as you're reaching the end, heading back, you hear this clicking sound reach crescendo Is Darius staying there? No. Okay.
I'm gonna be following him back at it.
It's like that'd be.
We saw what happened the first time.
I don't mind. I'm just making sure. And sure enough, as you guys are in the room, you don't hear the clicking, but there's this momentary, and you watch as over the span of 15, 20 seconds, the entirety of the hall, that long chamber, just green, putrid fumes cascade past you. Some of them just barely inching their way into your chamber. You back up against the walls, ignoring it or staying away from it. But eventually it disperses out.
Right, let's get past that thing before it goes again, yes?
Or do you think it'll go again?
It's
Ivor,
gone off twice now.
do you think that thing you took down was the source of these?
The source of what?
The hundreds of rats down here.
Hmm.
Breathing like
Yes,
flies.
Prolific breeder. No, I don't think so. They're far too small.
Alright,
That would be
let's get past this gas.
very interesting, though.
Let's move on.
I feel like we need to find the source where these rats are coming from.
I am in agreement.
But they have some horrifying foreplay right with that. You can butcher your hand.
Is this a wall here, Ty? Because I can see through it.
Yeah, but
Okay. So I
It's
can't
one
go
of those
around
glass
that.
walls.
Yeah. What
This
do we
kind of
do
like
here?
a ledge and waterfall.
Oh, we're gonna have to go to the other side.
indeed, yeah. You see kind of below there, this leveled tier system. You can hear the water as you kind of peer on the wall. You see it dripping down from up above, clearly just pouring into this large bowl and then pouring off into the larger interworkings of the sewer.
There's no way across.
How steep are these sides when it goes down into the center, Ty?
They're pretty damn steep. I mean, it's almost a direct drop in there. It's not leveled off or rounded in any way.
Should use the bars.
Bars?
Do
Oh, I
go
thought they went all the way up to the
ceiling?
ceiling.
They
Yeah.
do, but you can.
And only
Use
half of
them
them.
to
The
shoot across.
half on this side are all like pretty much
Oh,
bent,
that's right.
snapped in half. You could possibly,
The rat burst through them.
yeah.
Would it be possible to climb across them then? The half and then jump the rest?
Definitely could, yeah. Let's
I'll
give me
do
an
it.
acrobatics.
I'll follow Tom after he does it then. Easy peasy.
Easy.
Cool, and Milo can jump.
Yeah,
That
you
just
can jump, no
not
problem.
any trouble. So
I just jump over across to every side from here.
Yeah, it's just as weakies that can't jump it far enough.
That's true.
it's leg day.
like dope. So as you guys come over to this side, you can see where the sewer causeway kind of spans off to the left, but this passage continues going forward.
Does it just look like an opening in the wall right here?
I mean, it's another platform. It's not just open. There's another kind of set of walkways kind of leading out through that area.
Got another nest. Ooh,
Oh boy.
we got a few nests.
Ifruk, would you care to do what you did to the others?
Yes, I can do that. Yeah, first thing, actually, I'm going to just throw some blasts into them to see if they're empty. Yeah, just some eldritch blasts into the middle.
They're almost definitely not empty, and as you let out this blast, charge slams into the first nest. A vast majority of the debris just goes crumbling off against the walls, revealing this flurry of rats that just come trembling out. That is a crit, though, for 11.
I'll hire each of these layers.
5 feet.
5 feet. Yeah.
Oh, it's not working.
You're like increasingly more trouble week on week, aren't you?
What, my roll 20 stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
That's awesome.
Spicy, spicy.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, out of game real quick. Will, I don't know if you can. Kevin just messaged me asking if he can get a new sheet.
Yep.
So that way, surprisingly, that we're prepared. I don't know if he's messaged you with what he's playing or not, but
Awesome work, Kevin. Top notch, bro.
he's been getting probably plastered all weekend, so. Okay, so hit that Eldritch Blast, just goes sailing in. As soon as it does, you see, I assume everyone it's prepared to attack. So I'm going to give you guys a surprise round on that. Everyone roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Better.
Darius, do you still have your ice stuff on?
I assume it hasn't been an hour yet still. I think Ty would let us know.
No, I was just meaning more if you got hit.
Um,
Deborah, do you want the
I've
5 and the...
literally never taken damage, so I still
I've
have.
got 6 already, so.
It's up to you if you want the initiative better or not.
Oh, you're on a 20. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah.
Okay, so, Vruk, you send this bolt of energy slamming into them. Emin, or everyone do your surprise round, basically. Just tell me which one you're shooting into.
I'm a 10. One more. That's Ash's initiative you're looking at.
Oh, sorry. Right.
He just changed his back.
I'll shoot the near one.
Yeah, I'm going to be running up in the middle, and I'll be doing a green flame blade on the one closest to me for 20, and the second one will hit this one over here for 6. So 20 damage.
Oh, and Ivaruk, you can get an extra attack from my coordinated advance as well.
Another 12 on this one. So that's 18 for that one there. 20 for this one here.
Okay, Tom?
Healer switches Hunter's Mark over as well. It's an hour, so. So that's actually 13.
Oops.
Tom
What
just-
the fuck, roll 20?
Tom sees all these people like routing up top and he's like, "Okay, 20 and then about 10 there. He's going to manage to attack. Surprisingly, one.
I already got a 5. Yeah.
Is that
That's
a sneak
rough
attack,
for the
right?
rats.
There ain't no need to roll initiative, Ty. We're good. We're all good. It's fine.
Yep. Hey, I mean, that works for me. And we still have, who are we missing? There it is. Wow, that was trash. That said, if Vrock, Asher, and Tom all have another round, which between just Milo, is probably enough. As you guys all just pouncing on this nest before they even have a chance to really emerge from it, just tearing through it. They are all bundled up, and Milo just goes to town on that one. Meanwhile, everyone else cleaving, burning up the other. Yeah, all
it's
three,
weird.
2 of these nests just eradicated immediately. Roll me,
The 2d20?
roll me 3d20. There's 3 nests there. I can't drag the other one out. It's not letting me.
And we're burning the nests, right?
86.
86.
Oh, the nest's already on fire. I mean, it's-
Puts you guys at a total of 86 so far.
Yep.
Quite a bit of gold.
it's not bad. Yeah.
All right.
Uh,
So, you guys finish burning this up. Looking back down the various ways the sewer seems to split. You can see it sort of heads off in this T shape. One to the left, one to the right.
Looks like we might have to swim.
As
Oh, there's a path.
As Asher is kind of cutting off all the tails, those watching him are just not even really doing about your own thing. You see him suddenly pull out the bow and let out a shot towards the ceiling. Turns back around. It's another one.
Oh, of the invisible things.
yeah, I saw one back there as well. They are everywhere.
What do you think they do?
Beats me.
The clue, not my area of expertise.
Perhaps with more searching we'll learn more.
Is there any chance of us knowing anything about this topic? Or... I don't think any of us have Arcana.
You're yeah, with your party comp. Nope. Maybe if Reese wasn't dead.
He is dead, though, I assure you.
He's very dead. No, I mean, you all gather just based on the way that they're interacting, and it's most definitely magical, but to what means, you have no idea.
I'd prefer not to go slogging through the filth. You can go to the right up here.
Where?
He means over here.
Do we have
Yes.
to cross it?
Hmm.
You cannot jump it.
I think Emin might even be able to
It's a
jump
bit
that, right?
far.
What's your strength, Emin?
8.
Yeah, even with a running jump,
I
you
was
can't
gonna
make
say,
that.
never mind. And it's the worst.
He is
I have an
literally the
11
worst.
strength.
Perfect target for that cube. That was great.
Yeah, seriously.
I was convinced once Asher shot the arrow in and nothing happened that it wasn't a gelatinous cube.
Gotta be opportune about it. That said, that arrow did do damage. That's the only reason you killed it when you did. So, kudos.
Nice, there we go.
At 8. Those that can make it, I say let's go check it out real quick.
And if you're having trouble getting across, I could throw you.
Toss me.
Toss me. That's what I'm thinking. Oh,
I'm not sure about that.
I'm very strong. I can throw you very far, I promise.
I mean, you did pick up Asher before with obvious ease. But I
He's a very
don't think
small
I
man.
feel quite comfortable about that.
How tall is Emin?
Not tall. I think like 5, 10 or 11. I think I put. Don't know everything down.
Yeah, he's a little bit of average height. Alright,
It's literally my height.
I imagined you were taller than that, actually.
No, I mean IRL.
That's what I imagined you were taller than that.
Oh yeah.
Tom shouts about, it's a dead end! Don't jump!
Oh, well, that sorts that then. But there is this one down here as well. And points to that one down there.
Right.
Do one of you want to hop over, see what you can see?
I'll take you up on that. Or if Ifrik wants to, I'll search this way.
Oh no, yeah, I wouldn't want you to get you. He's already been that way.
I just said that that's a dead end.
I don't know where that well. I want to check it out.
Sure, do it. Knock yourself out.
Appears to have to swim to get to the other side.
So as you guys kind of just go exploring these various canals and inner working chambers, you stumble upon more areas, ladders clearly heading up to various shops and whatnot, more grates in the ceiling where water from the up above seems to be pouring in. But that's about it. There's nothing much. Stonework is old and crumbled, and in a few different areas you see just plenty signs of this rodent life, droppings and things that have actually been killed. There's definitely some corpses of rats, likely from the previous adventurers that had come through here. Aside from that, there's...
Take those fucking tails, obviously.
Yep.
Foolish not to.
Naturally. So you get an extra 7 altogether just from random shit you find.
93. There you go. Not bad.
Well, this was certainly fun.
Right.
That was all of it? Is that the job done?
I mean,
Yes, so.
where else are we going to go?
Did we miss any passages that we could have taken?
Well, there was a passage back where I found the body, but you can't jump that far, so...
Still water and searching. Say that we did the entire job. All left leaving a stone unturned.
Well, we have got quite a lot of tales to show him. I'm sure he'd be very impressed with what we've done.
Yes, but if we didn't finish the source and they just come back, can't imagine that would leave a good taste in their mouths.
They're rats. They breed a lot. There'll be lots of them. In a few days, there'll be lots of them.
Did we take the tail of this big one?
Better believe I did. Got a note on my pad.
Big rat tail.
It's big fucking rat tail, actually.
I guess gonna have to try and acrobatics back across this thing. And please don't let me fall into the shit.
So Tom, where? Oh god,
Like a
everyone's
random.
everywhere. We've all
Dude.
split up, and
It's just that I couldn't carry.
you're back in that room. Darius?
I'm back where we found the body.
Okay, so interesting. You weren't showing up for me. So as everyone kind of splits up, going their own way, there's a surprising lack of life. I mean, you occasionally see rats, just singular, scurrying along the sides of walls or up on various ledges, but nothing that outwardly attacks you. Darius, as you make your way back down towards where Ivrak found that body, and the opposite side you see a number of things kind of just sprayed out. Weapons, at least you find a mace, a dagger, a shield, which seems to be made from, I mean, what you can tell is you can whip the torch down and just glaze over it. It seems to be solid gold.
Take that with
Very
me.
fancy.
Let nothing go to waste here.
So what is Asher's strength? How strong is he? Oh, he's a strength 9, so that's gonna be interesting.
And put a weapon or
Sounds
two.
really
I mean,
the same as me, yeah.
If you guys are exploring and whatnot, Asher would, there's a bridge. Yoink.
Oh, there you go. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Which means Emmett can get across as well, for what it's worth.
Lemon squeezy.
Who's got the boots, by the way?
That would be me.
He's hoarding
And
all
the
the
golden
things.
shield.
Picking up all kinds of shit, yeah.
So as you guys are moving throughout this chamber, there's clearly the one body left that was being eaten by the rats, but in various other areas, there's clear signs of just blood and pieces of flesh torn off, scattered about amidst the remaining gear here. In addition,
And there's another hole.
there is indeed another hole.
There's a tunnel down here. It turns off at the end.
Probably Emin. You probably would have also actually give me a perception. Emin and Darius, both of you. Okay, yeah. So Emin, you notice as you're moving up the stairs, kind of hidden under this layer of just filth, rock that's been clambered down from the ceiling, and whatnot. This stack of arrows sticking out as you upheave the rock. You find a quiver. Looks like it's made of this rather fine looking stitched together leather, some scale work done on the side, and both the top and bottom this very intricate emerald laid gold.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'll pick that up then.
Looks like we got another hole over here.
Hear any noises, Tom?
Nope.
Nothing.
No, sounds fine.
How deep is the
Probably killed
hole?
them all then.
How deep is the hole?
Same as all the rest. It's about 5 feet wide. Doesn't seem to go more than 3-4 feet deep, and then seems to be headed off this direction.
Mm.
So we could conceivably jump in it and crawl through it, right?
Yeah.
And a couple of weapons around here too. You were throwing some of these earlier, weren't you? I tossed Tom one of the daggers, or the dagger.
Yes, it's nice. Not one of my daggers, but I'll take it.
As you look at the dagger, not only, I mean, it's clearly not yours because it is silvered.
Ooh.
Nice.
That and a mace. Don't know if any of you would want to use it.
Not exactly my style, no.
I said earlier, I have weapons covered.
Alright. Perhaps we'll make it off for a pretty penny later.
I found the passage this way as well.
Right, let's check it out.
Can I have a look at these stairs up, see if they go somewhere?
It ends in another trapdoor. You kind of climb your way up and try to budget, but looking through the cracks in the wood, the area between the planks, you can see that there's, I mean, you're able to push up a bit, but it seems like there's something heavy on top. Crates, barrels, something like it. When you do this in a couple of the rooms you've seen, and they're all pretty much the same, you gather that these merchants and shops are all just trying to barricade their fucking cellars.
Yeah, to stop rats getting in, the chance.
Yeah.
Big brainy rats.
Like this.
These are likely how they get rid of all their waste and all that.
Well, I think that's everywhere, no?
Yeah. Which direction does this hole go?
Yonkers.
No other directions? Like, does it go?
I mean, it's hard to
Is
tell.
it a continuous thing?
It's, from what you can tell, kind of just holding the torch down
Put my
and
head in.
peeking down, you see the main kind of tunnel or hole seems to go out this way. You can give me a perception.
14.
Okay, so while the main hole goes this way, you can definitely see some much smaller holes that seem to branch off going northwards.
So, do we head back, or do we keep exploring, see if there's anywhere we've missed?
It's a tough question. Personally, I think we finished off a lot of them. It shouldn't be a problem for the merchants for a time to come. But
We head back, get the gold, and then we can see about getting these items identified. See if we can figure out what they are, if they're any use to us.
it's true. And taking a look at that shield, as I've worked with other soldiers and shields, does it look like it would better protect than my current one? And anyway, like, is it larger or something?
And that's about the same. Just nice and gold.
Lovely soft metal.
Well, it didn't help the last one I used it.
Who would
Funny.
use a gold shield? Sounds stupid to me.
Is it
Agree.
solid gold, or is it gold, like, plated?
It looks to be solid gold.
That's odd. That does not seem like a good use of either gold or be useful at all, even.
Perhaps the young one decided he wanted to solve this and came down using his parents' ornamental piece.
Perhaps.
Who can
I
say?
have seen some nobles have things like this in their houses. They like to show how rich they are.
Because that's a fuckload of gold, right? That's a lot of money if that's a solid gold shield.
Mm-hmm.
You would imagine so.
Maybe if you're going to take that, I recommend you hide it when you go to
Yes,
the merchant's
yes.
house.
Walking through the streets with.
That's a good idea. And I'll kind of like
I-
strap it over my bag, which is under my cloak, so it's kind of hidden.
I meant don't show the innkeeper either, because he might decide not to pay you because you've been paid in items already.
That's a fair point.
We did the job fair and square. I can't see him being not an honest sort, but
I have been
People-
conned out of work before.
People who aren't used to money can sometimes act strange when they get around large quantities of it.
I'd see to it that he kept his word, I think, but your advice is sound.
Alright, so let's head up, back up then. I guess.
Yeah, there's nothing else here unless this one wants to get his lovely cloak dirty.
I think not.
Back up then.
At any rate, we put a good dent into the rat population.
Quite.
As you go moving across that bridge, Vrak, the one that you just went over, directly across the wall, right there, you see this same sheen of light. This time, it sparks blue before disappearing. Blast that. The corner of the wall immediately just shatters, it breaks apart, and this ray of rubble on the ground. And
Keep doing it over and over and over again, just blowing a hole until I can see through the wall.
okay. Yeah, I mean, you effectively break through the physical stone, and all that's left is the actual earth behind it. Start piling through that, get a good 5 feet in of just hole. Things that blasted away. And nevertheless, still where the wall was, there's this blue sheen.
We will inquire about this.
I begin stepping backwards. I'm going near that thing.
It appears that that is ineffective. I'm going to take my silver dagger and I'm going to stab at it.
You stab straight through and it kind of passes by. Give me a perception.
Oh, God. Oh, that's not too
It's
bad.
not bad. In the split second before you hit with the dagger, as you were that close, you see this sheen, this transparent sheen almost looks as if there's a pair of eyes looking back at you. You swipe through it and it disappears again. You only notice it for the briefest of seconds, but you're almost sure that you saw something looking back at all of you.
That had eyes. It's not just energy, it's alive.
It's alive.
Maybe that's someone spying on us with magic.
That all seems to be true.
All the more reason not to be here any longer. And I head straight for the stairs we came up on.
I agree. I don't think that could be the source of the rats.
It did seem to set off this trap when it saw us, though, didn't it? Doesn't seem to be friendly, definitely.
Yeah.
Are they the stairs we came down?
There indeed.
Yeah, we have this room, right? Yeah.
Alright, so you guys make your way back up, and there's only the table that's been moved back onto it. Vrak, you're very easily able to just push that off. It's no matter. It goes clanging into the room, and you pull yourself up the cellar. You hear the innkeeper just, comes bumbling down the stairs.
You tried to lock us in here.
Lock you in? No! No, I did not. But if there's more rats coming, I wanted them not to be in here. I figured you could do that.
Fair enough. Asher,
We have a large number of rats for you.
Oh, yes! Did you stop them? You got the source of them all good dead?
I killed a very large rat, and I lift up the big tail,
Just
shaking it around.
No. He's about to hurl, but he manages to contain himself. You think that's what did it, then?
He was even larger than me. That's the biggest one I've killed, but he's gone now.
I'd say that large one's worth an extra, I don't know, a bit of bonus gold for us, say maybe 20 or so?
Could do that. Yeah.
Excellent.
Asher, how many tails do we have now? It was something above 90, I believe.
93 was the number.
93 tails.
So 28 gold for all those, basically.
You had a little bit of rat. A little.
Call it an even 50?
Give me persuasion with advantage. Yeah. That seems fair to me.
We have scoured the whole sewer. We have found nothing else. If there is more, they are not from the sewer.
Right. All right. Well, I suppose that's it then. It's done, huh?
I agree.
Yes.
And if it seems to be more, you'll know where we'll be staying. Since it's your place.
We're staying upstairs.
Right, yeah, I got that. Thanks. Well, I'll let the merchants know. I'm sure they'll be happy to hear that the sewer's been cleared now. There's no more threat from rats.
Yes, so tell them we're looking for work, too. And that we're capable individuals.
Believe our reputation to be nice in finding work.
Quite. If also you could point in the direction of someone who knows and is competent around magical items, that would be useful to us.
Oh. Well, you've come to the right place then. Not here, I mean. I don't do that. That's not my line of work. But,
Obviously.
right, yeah, I'm just a tavern keeper. But I mean here, correct. Right, we got... Anyways, sorry, I digress. Yeah, there's a fellow named Molzar. He runs a shop not too far.
Was that Moldar?
Molzar. Molzhar. Yeah, he can help you with whatever have you. He's a good fellow. Bit strange, but good.
Very well.
Alright.
And let me fetch your payment. He scurries upstairs.
Scurry! He's a rat. Kill him.
Opportunity attack.
I know that movement anywhere. Throw the axe.
Yeah, he comes back a minute later with a scrounged up pile of gold, and he's just kind of flipping it around in a sack. And here you go, 50 gold even.
Thank you much.
Thank you.
Alright. And about rooms to be had after this?
Oh,
Yes, you said we'd have room and board for as long as we liked, correct?
that is, yeah. I'm a man of my word, and that's fair. That's fair in my eyes.
Alright.
Excellent.
I must thank you.
If we're here and anything happens again, we're already here.
Right, yeah. That would be fantastic. Although I should very much hope that nothing happens again. Being that I've paid you, and whatnot.
We've brought you 96 tails from rats.
Also true. Speaking of do mind disposing, I don't want to ruin my, goods.
If they come back, we'll deal with them. Don't worry about that.
Right, no, I just want the tails out. I don't want my goods getting spoiled by no rat.
Oh, yes, please keep them out of this.
Turn the hole in.
Kick them into the sewer.
You see you're chucking them back in?
Yep.
Straight back in, yeah.
Alright. Yeah, all land, big bundles. 93 fucking tails. And the big one, I presume.
The big one.
Imagine he's like an anaconda size.
Yeah, it's good.
Alright, well.
It's like a 12-foot rat. It's a big
Hello,
one.
I also have a question. Do you know of any good markets in town where that might be?
Anywhere around here. Is the place to be.
All kind of spread around?
No, well, yeah, but stay here. Stay here in our little district, and we'll treat you right. I'll put in a good word. Given what
Alright.
you've done for us.
Good enough for me. You lot seem capable. Wouldn't mind working with you all again.
Hey, you're not into so bad yourself, Darius. You saved my arse at least, anyway.
When did he save your arse?
When my arse was inside a big cube of dissolving jelly.
Yes, why didn't you say anything about that, by the way?
Because I was inside a big cube of dissolving jelly, Tom. It's hard to speak when your mouth is full of acid.
That makes sense.
I'm sorry, did this happen in the sewers, or is this an external event?
Yes,
Where
this
do you
happened
regularly go swimming in jelly?
only when the jelly comes to me.
How's
I
that?
wouldn't advise going back in that sewer.
How's that work exactly?
It
Swimming in
doesn't.
jelly is not cost effective at all. It is far more expensive than water.
I'm not sure
Point
I
is
want to
that
know.
sewer is very nasty. Don't go down there.
Not at all.
I'd borrow that.
Well, you said you cleared it out, so it's got to be fine now, right? I mean,
Oh, it
It-
won't stay that way.
it
I mean,
seems
we just
fine
get down
now.
there.
It's a sewer.
But they won't come out like the rats will. Just keep it closed.
A lot of the other stores have like metal bars on their trapdoors. So
it's not a bad idea.
Worth investment.
Right, well, I'll get on that, and
There you go.
feel free to enjoy your welcome.
We shall.
Appreciated her off. And Emin, it's no problem helping an ally.
Thank you.
keep you all posted with work that I find. At the moment, think it's in our best interests. More so for me personally, but you're welcome to join me. Going to do a bit of turning, get rid of some of the stuff that we found.
Well, let's all go together and share our spoils equally, shall we?
That sounds fine by me.
We found some weapons from the people who died down there.
Yes.
Good to the barkeep, I'm saying.
Is Barkeep there or does he go already?
He's
there.
wandered off back upstairs.
Oh, what? Fuck that guy.
Right. Well,
Let's
I'm
find
gonna
this Mohar.
try to do what we can to find Molzar and like an armor smith or a jeweler, one or the other. Or both.
Well, I also found this bag of money when we were down there.
How much is in there?
I don't know. It's quite large. How much is in there?
You guys
Always
make it.
the road.
You guys make your way back upstairs, find an empty table, which there's plenty because it's still early in the day, well, midday. You dump out that sack, and much to your surprise, there's actually 47 gold and 12 silver in there.
Ooh.
Nice.
This was
Quite double my payment.
quite the adventuring party. They got fucking wrecked down there.
Yeah, they were really well.
Yeah, seriously.
But
So, is anyone going to look after party gold for us?
Well, we can split that pretty much straight away because that's 20 gold each.
Would you rather split then than keep a party?
Well, for something this small, I think it's worth it. Like, if we end up with like a couple of hundred gold, then, you know, whatever. But this is 20 gold a person. It's no big deal.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay then.
in the future though, if we do need divvying up, Emin seems like a trustworthy lot.
Yes. Or Asher.
He seems to
I can be a bit
hesitate quite a bit
absent-minded.
there. I think he's probably not as
I can be
trustworthy.
absent-minded slightly.
Those you
Not
fight
particularly.
for, learn the most about.
I've been pickpocketed before, is what I'm saying. I don't think
Ah.
Asher would have someone sneak up on him.
Nobody pickpockets me.
Alright.
I believe you.
Well, when we cross that bridge, one or the other,
Mhm.
either one works for me. Alright.
Alright. To Molzar.
and that is where we will pick it up next time.
Indeed.
Cool.
Going to Molzar. The Magnificent.
So what do we have that we
That's
think
one
is
of-
magical? The boots, the quiver, maybe.
Possibly the shield.
Possibly the shield,
shield.
possibly the mace, possibly the dagger.
I think it's time for some better armor.
I don't think the dagger is. The dagger
The,
is just
I think the dagger or the mace. I think the boots are, and I think the quiver might be.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
the shield might just be a fuck ton of gold.
basically.
Yeah. I mean, either way, then the shield is. It might be worth more if it is just a pile of gold. Actually, I mean, it's a lot of money. Devalued it by putting those pesky enchantments on it. How much would it cost for you to disenchant this so you can melt it down and sell it as pure metal?
Also, just because I kind of wasn't present at the time because I was dealing with pests, did Ifrik just solo that one thing while everybody else was fighting brain rats?
What happened?
I
Evan
gave you
didn't
extra
miss.
attacks. I
Okay.
gave you 2 extra attacks though.
You did, yeah. But yeah, Evan fucking
I
missed
realised
when I needed him the most.
I would have hit it. I had bless, but then just before I said that, you finished it.
Oh well, it's alright.
Okay.
So yes, you wouldn't have killed it anyway because I killed it.
No,
exact.
I wouldn't. Yeah,
Yeah, it didn't matter at least.
it didn't make a difference. But
At least I didn't die for it, thank God, because his turn was next. So I was like, fucking hell.
Would have been bad. Can't 23 exact too.
Yeah, that was some luck right
Close.
there.
were you probably going to go down if it had hit you again?
Yeah, I had 40 hit points.
Oh, so maybe not. but probably not.
No, we did 32 hit points in one attack, so yeah.
Yeah.
And 3 attacks with advantage at that point.
Oh,
So.
3 attacks. Oh shit.
Yeah, that's right. I took 4 attacks from him to get me down to 38 hit points. He did 32 damage with 1 hit. It was a big deal.
Damn.
But you got decent AC, right? He might have
16.
missed.
Oh, yeah,
With
no,
advantage?
With advantage.
It
It's
was-
pretty likely.
Advantage,
I
yeah.
think he had like a +7 or 8 or something.
Yeah,
It was
at
good.
least. He was at least a strength. Like 20.
Pretty
wasn't
bad
he?
odds.
That was a pretty good initial party bond, though, I think. Bonding exercise.
Go through that shit, yeah.
It was a nasty little flank we got in with the cube and the confusing.
I was so excited when everyone else left and it was like, oh, hey, Evan's here. Cool. I was so excited. He was actually higher on the initiative order. Nothing would have mattered. Neither of you went. Apparently, I don't have my default settings to send things to the initiative tracker. I need to fix that.
How did it get a 19 with a -4 dex?
Well, it was 15. I rolled a
No, he
19.
rolled
Oh, it's
19.
15. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But it was still before you guys.
Yeah.
And just to be absolutely certain, we all are adding 20 gold to our sheets, right? Currently.
What's happening? Yeah.
There
I've
it
taken
is.
off the 8 silver difference, so don't worry about it.
That's my problem right there. I didn't have send a tracker configured for new characters. Wah, wah. So that's good. Nice and fixed.